this last time. No, different stuff.
What was the difference?
I had a lot more energy. It was weird. I fucking pulled. You know, like the wire they run coaxial cable when they put in cable. I pulled it out of the wall.
What?
Because I don't have cable anymore. It was dangling. It was bothering me. I got really amped up for some reason.
You started cleaning his apartment.
I cleaned my entire apartment the next day.
Oh, like fucking maple.
Oh my
God. Maple hazel, whatever fucking name.
But I think it has.
You ready, bro? You're definitely all of a sudden.
No, I'm enjoying the conversation. I can't believe I'm sitting there with three dudes who are.
What?
We have to start here. It's going to start.
I know.
But
I'm
doesn't it?
looking forward to it. All three. What's that going to be like? I might have to take over the show.
I'm here for the weekend. Till 2, 3 a.m. Start taking calls, everything.
You take calls, really?
We'll take them. What the fuck? We're tripping. You might want to talk to Ari about something.
But you told me I was going to be up till like 8 in the morning, so like, you know.
You might be. I'm probably not going to make my Comedy Store spot.
When, tonight?
Yeah.
No, you're in no day. We'll call him now and say they ain't happening. Uncle Joey give you a hit of this fucking death.
No, but like, if pumps, doesn't it acid?
Well, it's got rat poison in it, so it just fucking lifts your spirits.
Hey,
Really rat poison?
That's
Yeah,
it.
what?
There you
Rito
on acid.
God, I tell you, Rito.
Short and curlies. Let's see your short and curly.
I'll give you $5.
Go down, woman.
Oh my God. It's gonna get ugly. You know that, right? It's gonna get fucking ugly. I'm gonna have to go outside and get some wind. My palms are sweaty as shit. Oh my fucking goodness. The tremendous ball here together.
When was the first time you guys did acid?
Yeah, how old were you?
I don't know. I think with you.
No, that's fucking. You know, I got to ask a young
Give like a fetish for taking young Jewish men? Like,
No,
I knew what it was.
no, it wasn't.
For
That
acid.
was the first time you did it.
I don't know. Twice, but small doses. So I just barely had little visuals like the walls of bruised gold. It wasn't intense at all. But I've done mushrooms before in large quantities and totally had a tremendous experience.
We go, you know, oh, no, you put the car.
Yeah, we're on the leave that there.
I like it. I always like tripping. I always trip and I really like it.
Did it scare you the first time? Do you know what's gonna happen?
No, I fucking cooked my heels so it happened. But yeah, it's fucking
I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen
No, I didn't know. I didn't know at that time. At that time, I didn't really care at that point.
because I was trying to text and all the letters started like floating away. Like, I knew that could happen, so I was okay.
Sure, that's what you're supposed to fucking have. You're supposed to see shit move, but that's the whole thing of taking you from one place to another. The only thing that takes you like this, your mind is like this, is like solitary confinement. If I confine you for 9 days with just food, no fucking talking, guess where your mind goes? Your mind goes when we paste. Your mind goes somewhere it's never been before. It's like fucking acid. That's why I love this shit. Takes you deep into the murky waters of the underworld. You ever listen to music on acid? You just hear the cymbals playing. Tremendous. This is what they invented this shit for. Like I was telling you fucking guys the other day, look, if right now Eddie Bravo's to make a t-shirt, a rash guard, right now, next to the picture. We put 1 million retweets on Instagram with Joe Rogan. It's up 10% of the time. It's a recommendation of the rash guard, correct? When I was going with the recommendation, it has to happen. That's happening. Well, new page did it. And I heard like other people did it. It wasn't all that bad, right? They're making great fucking music. They're rock stars. If they use this to write, what can we do? I swear to God, that was the reason why I did acid the first time. I didn't do it because other kids were doing it. I thought about it. I knew the reefer and the music was too strong. When I first got high and heard music, it took me to a different level. I always enjoyed music. But the music on the reefer is something completely fucking different.
So you went from reefer to acid?
So no, we did a couple of little THC crystals, which is like fucking gorilla biscuits. It's whatever the fuck you call that shit. Angel dust. We would do angel dust like a line for $10 for a package. 3 of us would get high. That doesn't make you trip, but it makes you gummy. You can't really feel your body. You just feel like you're fucking floating. we would take it going to New York City as kids, walk around. That's a lot of stimulation for your mind. And then the next level was microdot acid. I think the first time I did acid was at a Rolling Stone concert.
Really?
Just like that. And it was in my eyeballs. That shit. When it was real fucking acid.
Wait, they dipped it in your eyeballs?
2 hits, one on each eye.
What do you mean they dripped in your eyeballs?
And a little bit of sugar cube.
Wait, what?
Bam! It's all over.
Like Visine?
Like Visine, night.
Oh.
But what if you get sometimes you put Visine, you want to put like 2 drops, but you put 5.
You go from rough. I guess one eye's gonna see more than the other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at you sitting there like fucking taxi driver. I don't know what the fuck. We're by the peas. When's the last time you saw taxi driver?
It's been a while. I just showed the guy today my haircut.
What's up?
My haircut, he wouldn't do it.
Show up the last scene the taxi driver scene was in this. He goes bananas. So that was the show.
Oh, that's a great scene.
Sure.
That's it. Oh, this is a big thing.
Oh, we don't fuck around here on the show.
I thought you fucked around.
No.
Oh, because I've been hearing around that you've been fucking around.
Oh, the 3 ways. That's probably it.
What do you want me to
No, I'm good.
Last scene of Taxi Driver when he goes bananas. Final scene, whatever it says. We guys do shit. I kill you. Fucking tremendous people. I'm happy you're home. You're not doing dick. It's Columbus Day. Grab some beers. Get a couple bong hits. Ari Chauffeur.
Take a chance.
And my main man Eddie Bravo's here in the house. Lee Zayat. We took some fucking gorilla biscuits. I don't give a fuck. Call the cops. We ain't got nothing here. We got a little bit of reefer. We just sit here minding our own fucking business. Okay, people.
The cop busted in. We dive for this last hit around the city. The cop busted in right now. He would die.
Fuck yeah, I'd die for that last piece of ass. Like a savage. I took a piece of ecstasy one time. Got arrested an hour later.
Really?
Sure, I got fingerprinted. I had my shirt off. You should have seen me in the fucking fingerprint. I was jumping up, putting the fucking thing. I don't know. We'll see right now. Oh, this is the scene when he's driving. We gotta see the scene when. No, right here. Here we go. Eddie Bravo, you never saw this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at Ari. Look at Ari with the lead jacket on and shit. Guys, this is a different country. This
Hey,
came
how
out.
you doing? Okay, my man. Where are you from? I know. How's everything in the business? Huh? Do I know you? No. Do I know you? Get out of here. Come on, get home. Do I know you?
How do you catch that?
How's Iris? You know Iris. No, I don't know nobody named Iris. Iris? Come on, get out of here. You don't know anybody named Iris? I don't know nobody named Iris. No? Hey, get back to your fucking drive before you get hurt. Man, do me a favor. I don't want no trouble, huh? Okay? You got a gun? Fuck out of here, man. Get out of here. Suck on this.
This bad motherfucker. That's Ari in Australia. It's like when I was a kid. 15 or something.
Early 70s.
Yeah,
He didn't even move it away. Just stay in it.
When was the last time we saw this?
It's been a while.
You ready? You never saw this.
You know what?
We just don't touch nothing. Vaya, balapinga. The fucking fingers go off. It's over.
It looked like he had. Was he really born?
Yeah, this is De Niro. He's mad.
Those fake legs.
Fucking son of a bitch, you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you! Crazy son of a bitch, I'll kill you!
trains with that. Before he does in his room, he does push-ups. The device is a thing from a sliding door. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers. There you go. That's a movie right there. Fuck you and your fucking whatever the guy playing baseball. He's 90, whatever the fuck on HBO. This is a real fucking movie right here, Jack.
Oh, that's right. And he runs out of bullets. And he's a hero. Oh.
He's shot in the neck. He's shot in the arm. He don't give a fuck. He's on fucking True Tech. Look at him. He don't give a fuck, Jack.
I've actually never seen this movie. Man.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See, you slipping.
How old is this girl supposed to be? It's something like young.
15, 16. Fucking slow as fuck. If you watch it now,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know what to think.
It sounds like a Chinese connection.
I appreciate hearing that. I hope that you contact me. I'd love to have you on the show sometime talking about some of the things you do. So I hope you contact me. Maybe Donna can get your information to screens or calls for us. I would love that. Donna, if you can help
That's got to be a
out
poster.
there to talk to you more.
This one, this one.
Oh, career.
Just won something. Oh no, by this time he had already done Godfather 2.
Oh, really?
He had already done fucking.
No,
what are you turning it off for?
How does it end?
It's over. What?
How does it end?
That's no, then he picks her up in a cab.
And wakes up as a hero.
He thought it was a hero. And that shot.
Yeah, we gotta watch it again. It's so slow, Eddie. Fucking, you'll fall asleep.
That's a good movie, though.
But it's a great movie if you know. They won an Academy Award. You want something? You got nothing.
It's hard to watch anything after Narcos. After watching that, how do you top that? It's a true story. It's pretty damn accurate.
Narcos?
There's massive killing. It's true. It's like Game of Thrones, but it's actually true.
Why did you kill that guy? The one you showed me.
A country, not fucking a state, not 10 people, not a gang, a country. And he had more money than they ever dreamed of having. 60 million a day.
More than GM.
What was he losing? Did I think it right? He was losing money and mouse money. And mice would just eat a certain amount of.
Well, yeah, you should marry it.
$60 million a day. 60 million. That's more than corporations back then.
That speaks. Look,
What does that mean?
if you know, either bullets or fucking money, take your choice. What do you do? There's only two ways out of this. I know you love your family, and you want to build the law, but even the laws. Here it is.
You haven't seen this, Narcos?
Just trying to.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be. You can't watch anything else. You go back to Empire. It makes Empire look like those R. Kelly in the closet
What's
videos.
Empire? That show?
It's a show about yeah, like a dude who's like part Jay-Z, part
I
Dr.
thought
Dre.
that show had a. Something.
It's good if there's nothing else. If nothing else is on, I'll watch it. But it's like it's a soap opera with occasionally someone gets shot.
Palme d'Or. Best. BAFTA. I'm looking for. I don't see any. I'll look for it. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, that him blew up like it was a China doll.
What movies have you seen that you thought were just the greatest movies of all time? But then you haven't seen them in 20 years, and you go back and you see it. Like, oh my God, this is a piece of shit. You have any of those? Any of those?
I think your attention goes somewhere. I just tried to watch the French Connection. Yeah.
It didn't stand the test of time.
Very interesting. Wow. was home, this two chicks were banging each other with the door. It was just like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But I watched the part of that man. I taped it, and I watched it when I was taping it. Some weird channel. It was interesting to see because I remember that movie. We went a lot of it. I was just learning English. And it's the scene where he's running up the stairs. Operator freeze. He shoots her. It's just filmed in New York, where it happened. And that, like, I lived in New York City. I was a kid where it happened. That was the trailer. Filmed in New York, where it happened. And here I am. I live in New York. Like, my head almost fucking exploded. So I fucking went to see that movie. Okay. The scenes when he shakes down the fucking bar with Gene Hackman. Those are the movies that made Gene Hackman happy.
It was nominated for Best Picture, but I don't think it won.
No.
I think Robert De Niro got Best Picture.
You're not going to
You know
shoot
what stands the test of time? And it's hard for comedies to stand the test of time. Think about comedies. A comedy movie from the 80s,
Like my movie.
garbage.
Yeah.
It's all garbage.
But there's a lot of
All of them.
There's a lot of
That door doesn't stand. Except for Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which isn't a total comedy, that stands the test of time.
Train
Fast
flights,
Times.
automobiles, and stronger than that. I just watched it last year with John Candy. John Candy's a fucking genius.
Some of the candles, some of them are good.
Oh,
Some of them were the garbage
You
ones.
gotta
We all
watch
thought
them.
were
You
the
gotta
same.
watch them again.
Bro, you know what I got stuck on
Back and check.
You know, I'm gonna tell you how it is. You know what I got stuck on last week? I watched it for an hour and giggled. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't give a fuck. I was giggling for 2 minutes. I caught myself going, listen,
It's so cocky, that
he's so
motherfucker.
cocky. The part where, listen, I'll tell you, I've seen in a movie I'll put up against anything today and yesterday. The part where Pee Wee Herman goes to the Mexican at the bar and he takes his high heels and he puts the fucking heels on and he does
We'll battle with scenes.
Watch
All right?
What am I putting in?
You're putting in, what's his movie? What's the movie's name?
I gotta see.
Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Big adventure.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Watch this, dog. Pee Wee's Mexican dance now, La Bamba, whatever it is. Tequila. Press Pee Wee's Big Adventure Tequila. Watch what happens. And put on the big screen, dog. This is classic shit. I don't give a fuck if Pee Wee jerked off on your kid's head.
I got one.
I don't give a fuck. Do you understand me? They're still fucking crazy.
That's it.
Where is it?
Found it already, late.
Here we go.
There we go.
There's a biker bear. He's about to get killed.
Look at it.
Look at him, dog.
Like, what's he?
Look at this white motherfucker busted it. Look at him, dog. No, this ain't dick. What are you doing? Look at his little head, dog. Look at this. This is comedy, dog. Watch his head. Watch his little cute head. Look at him. That's Pee Wee, dog.
It's like he's pointing at his balls and his ass. Balls his ass. It's like he's pointing at him. Well, no, Fast Times at Ridgemont High surf scene with Jessica Cohen. Have you ever seen that movie? Fast Times?
I think so, but not for a while.
Last time that movie was on, about a month and a half ago, was on. 1 week off. And this movie came out. And eventually I was like, breakdown. You know what? This reminded me how all that was. I saw Fast Times. That was one of the first movies I saw before I went out the world.
That movie, when I first tried to see it, we had to sneak in because I was 12 or 13. We tried to sneak in, but we didn't get in on that movie. Got busted. We didn't see it. I didn't see it till way later.
I saw a whole video. And I remember, the baseball dugout scene.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
The first,
why?
yeah, the one at the top, right there. Yeah, this is really tough. This is so good. Listen to this shit. He's got great words.
I'd like you to meet this young man. His name, Jeff Spicoli. Jeff, congratulations. Thanks for kind of rough out there today.
I'll tell you, Stu, I think I almost see you going this way. Like I told the guy on ABC, danger is my business.
You know, a lot of people expect maybe Martin on that sort of but that Gerard can take the honors this year.
Oh, those guys are back!
That's fantastic. Let me ask you a question. When you get out there, do you ever fear for your life?
Well, Stu, I'll tell you, surfing's not a sport. It's a way of life, no hobby. It's a way of looking at that way and saying, hey, bud, let's party. Oh, where'd you get this jacket?
I got this on the network. Let me ask you.
Headed over to Australia, doing the Hawaiian Nationals. Headed over to London, jam with the stars. You guys are
That's them. It's just the top.
It's a fucked up podcast, but literally you get free widgets, but
That's quality shit.
oh my god.
Quality writing. Where'd you get that jacket?
You gotta put in that work. Oh my god.
That's fucking Sean.
What do you want to play
He
now?
was so good that as a kid, I thought that's the way he really was. I thought
Jeff
Sean
Daniels
Penn
snowball
was-
fight scene. Jeff Daniels snowball fight. Oh, yeah. God.
Figure out what it is, and she's, you know, they got it all set up.
You're Dumb and Dumber.
You gotta put in that work. He said it's so cold pan too. He just stopped. I gotta put in that work.
Like the real friends.
Maybe one of those start that.
Sure. Going fast, I need to calm it down.
One of those start that. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. Nobody says it's gonna be perfect. It's Columbus Day weekend, cocksuckers. Strap on your balls, pick up a beer. With just four guys fucking around on a Sunday night.
That's right.
Wow. What's happening, Eddie? How you feeling, my brother? King of Jiu-Jitsu in the fucking room tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ari Shafir. This is not happening. Started a little brain fart looking at that fucking brain. People's telling stories all over the world. This is not fucking happening.
Henry Rollins did it.
Really? He did a story. What does he do? Oh, he was on your show.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How did that go?
Great.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this abdominal works are crazy, kids. When girls would hang out with me, when I would hang out with chicks, they'd say, hang out, deal. If I don't have to go to the gym the next day, because I can't. My abs hurt too much. You're like an ab.
Podcast, Phil. It's
You're like an
Wednesday,
ab worker.
June the
Thanks, baby.
motherfucking 10th. The
I
church
get
of what's
ghosted from
happening
all
now
the
is brought to you by. You ready for this? I told you Manscaped was announcing a new product, and I got it for you. You ready? The scientists over at Manscaped have released their first fucking nose hair trimmer. It's called the Weed Whacker. Look at this. Listen, four things I care about. Okay, I have to be clean at all times. That's my dick and wall combo. My asshole, very self-conscious when I leave the house, and I see a fucking long hair coming out of my fucking nose. I feel like stabbing myself in the face, and there's really nothing given it the regular weed whackers and the regular nose trimmers. You can't get it. It's a couple of hairs. I got cocaine fucking deep. Cupid fucking hair in my nose. It's tough to cut the hairs in my nose. Manscaped has changed that. Enough. Stuff out nose hair with the best. If you think Manscaped 3.0 is fucking tremendous, wait till you fucking try this nose trimmer. You ready for this? Clean the corona right out of your fucking nose. When the Q-tip goes in there, it's gonna go in your fucking eye. There's no more jungle in there. 9,000 RPM motor and a blade that moves 360 degrees. When you fucking weed whack your nose, everything comes out, okay? So do me a favor right now. We're gonna make an introductory offer to you. This I use the price of it. Tremendous. I'm gonna give you 20% off free shipping. When you press in the special code for this is called Nose Pubes at Manscaped.com. You're never gonna get this deal like this on nose candy anyway. I'm giving you 20% off free shipping at Manscaped.com. Code Nose Pubes. What the fuck are you waiting for? Clean out your nose, stick a Q-tip in your ear, take that old fucking wax out, wash your balls, clean your asshole. It's fucking Wednesday, cocksuckers. Manscaped.com, code Nose Pubes. Kick this fucking mule, league. Oh shit. This is the end of the fucking surgery. We're going in like fucking the rain, you understand me?
Recorded like Murray.
Oh shit. It's Wednesday. Here we go. Bad motherfucker. Uncle Joey here. It's 100 degrees out there. No protesters out today. All the white people are home with the air conditioning, not even thinking about African Americans. There was 3 protesters out there. All of them were black. They got no air conditioning. They said, fuck it, we ain't staying in these 4 walls. We're getting out of here. That's it. Once it turns 100 degrees, white protesters stay home in the air conditioning. It's all over. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Let me tell you something about it. Monday morning, I get up, whatever, 6. I fucking open up my computer, I drink some coffee, I talk to my wife for a couple minutes. And the first, I go to Facebook. And it's just to let you know about life, guys. This is why sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm a little cynical, but it's all bullshit. I open up the first fucking message, I have 6 messages that morning. Wow, I'll be the guy. I go to bed at fucking midnight. I wake up at fucking 6. Like, I got an hour, a message an hour. I open up the fucking message, and so help me God, it's a fucking thing that says, I'll never listen to your show again for putting the fucking fag on your show. Go fuck yourself. Now, this is what I woke up to. This is Monday morning, when you're supposed to be the best you can be. Some guy somewhere decided to wake up Monday morning, listen to the podcast, or not listen to it, and say, fuck you, because I had a gay man on. It's 2012, 2020, you do know that. And people are marching outside for equality. And here this fucko sent me back this message. Now, if this was 2 years ago, I would have said, fuck you, you motherfucker. I hope your mother gets hit by a train. I didn't do that. I just blocked him. But that just goes to let you know all the marches and all the equality and everything people are looking for. Listen, I didn't put Eric Roach on here to be clueless. Most people, these type of people where we live, they fucking live here because, and then they live here under the control. Everybody's beautiful. We love Leo. We love this. We love that. We don't like nobody. We don't like nobody. I love you people who contact me on your podcast. I never fucking, we never fucking, I don't know who you are. And I say to you, yeah, you bring it back around or whatever. Listen to me good. You know why we laugh so hard on Monday on this podcast? Because I love that kid with all my heart. Like on the Rogan podcast, you people love it. Why? Because our connection, you can feel the love in the end. That podcast was so good the other day because I feel love for Eric. He's not a friend of mine because I want to double follow. I have a gay friend. like most people do, African Americans or gay people. They pick one. He's my best friend. They let everybody know. They invite him to their parties. They always have one black guy. Well, this shit's gonna get called out from now on. This shit's over. You invite one, you better have 20 there. Okay? It's over. Stop being bullshit. Equal rights. Martin Luther King. You don't know dick about dick. Like I said to you, with everything going on in the world, that's what I woke up to on a fucking Monday morning. Was 8. So that's why I don't believe that. All right? Like I said, I'm like tweet Thursday or Wednesday. Everything that changes from here on in has to start from behind closed doors. I love Eric. I didn't put Eric on because he's fucking gay. Well, I left friends in every place. My token gay friend. I love all gay men. I don't give a fuck what you are. Yeah, we talk about trannies. We move. We have a good time. But hey, I got respect for them. And that's just the way it goes. If we don't like gay people, it's 2020. Get over yourself, man. Get the fuck over yourself. I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, we said today we're going to review the fucking Bruce Lee day. But before we review Bruce Lee, we got to review something else first. But before we do that, we got to spark the fucking number. I respect it's Wednesday morning. It's 100 fucking degrees. I'm headed to the beach today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's it. Why are we fucking around? It's beach weather. Fish and chips. Put a blanket down, go in the ocean, get some fucking water, Corona. There's got to be some form of Corona in the fucking water. Yeah, why not, bro? What if the kids got no fucking school? What do I have to do? There's no cat to sit around here. I don't like watching myself. I do not watch, like, this is lead up to Bruce Lee. I don't like watching myself on tape. But a couple weeks ago, when we were going to go back to, I thought I was going to work last week, June 4th and 5th, without even thinking about it. I got high.
How you doing, baby?
Started looking at, out of everything, what I feel is the best work.
Mikey, you consider yourself a TikTok thought? This bitch, bro.
You know, I started watching it. I'd never seen the latest one I did. I never even watched it. No, I never watched that one. And how I, when I
Mikey, you consider yourself a TikTok thought?
people reviewing those. So I started watching some of the reviews, and I was like, wow, I didn't think that was powerful enough. I didn't think that would throw somebody off like it did, blah, 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 blah. But I watched my tape, the one I really paid attention to, the one that really fucked with me the most is me beating up the nun. The thing about me beating up the nun, dog, it was such a fucked up experience. It was like many of my experiences that I forgot all about. For years, I carried that thought. I never even thought about it. I don't know. I mean, it's something that you do that you're not proud of, and you just move on with your life. And when all this process started of writing a book 8 years ago and shit, I asked myself, why when I was over in 89 and I was confused after prison, why did I have to make my confirmation? I was like, I got confirmed when I was 29 years old or 30 years old. Why did I do that? I was like, why did I get confirmed when I was a young kid? And I kept thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, that's right. I was supposed to make my confirmation at Sacred Heart, but before the 5th grade, that's what after the 5th grade, I think you make the confirmation in the 6th grade. I got thrown out in the 5th grade, so all that shit went down the tubes. So it's like your bar mitzvah.
I was gonna say it's not so.
So tremendous. I don't know what I'm smoking. They gave me something over fucking urban trees, and this shit curls your fucking eyebrow hair. Anyway, so I'm watching the one about. I told that story the first time ever when I opened up the Joe Rogan in New York. I just came on a la fresco with it and told us. I wrapped the material around it and told the story to the best of my ability, and it related because most of the audience. So I didn't really think nothing of it. I just thought it was a joke. After I did like the first 2, this is not happening. So Ari pulled me aside like the man that he is, and he goes, "Hey, can I talk to you about something? I want you to put some adventure into your stories. Not that I didn't like your last 2 stories, but I want you to really change it around a little bit." He goes, "In fact, I really want you to do another story." So I sat down and I, wrote it out to the best of my knowledge, and like everything in my life, you know, when you write, you seek. You know, when you write something down, 2 or 3 sentences down, just by exercising that pen, another idea will come into your mind, something else will come into your mind, and you think that you're gonna get all those things. You know, so I write the story out, I cut out the fat, and then I figure out on some points, and then I do the best I can when I go up there. Trust me, one of those points I'm gonna forget. One of those sentences I'm going to forget. It's just natural. You just forget when you're 30. I don't care if you're 30, 20, or 50. You're going to forget one of those lines in a crucial situation. And you'll see it later. Yeah. But, so I forget all about this. I get up on stage that night. And I got to be honest with you. When I watched that, this is not happening a few weeks ago, I realized a couple of things from that performance that were not on the paper at all. One thing was when I talked about the Puerto Ricans, you know, thank the Italians, thank God for Italians, thank God for Puerto Ricans. I called the Roberto Club because I was on a roll, you know. So one of the things that happened through that performance, you click on "This Is Not Happening," the story of the nun. Wait till you get to the part about my rage. When you watch the part about my rage, you see that my eyes swell up with tears because I'm telling the story about pain, something, look, and even with all the writing you do at home, something comes out on stage that if you watch it, you'll see my eyes well up because I meant it from the bottom of my heart. You know, I go, when I attacked that fucking nut, it was, I was, you know, I was living in this fucking, I'm living at this fucking Catholic school. They're beating on me. I'm fucking going home on the weekends. You know, I'm staying out till 3 in the morning with my parents. I'm living this fucking cowboy life. You know, Bruce Lee had died. Roberto Clemente had died January 1st, 1973. That knocked my wits off. When Bruce Lee died, July 20th or whatever the fuck he died, my fucking, I didn't listen. There was no internet, guys. So whoever tells you found out that night on the news is full of shit. It took us like 3 fucking days to find out, 4 days. And then there was, you know, there was no internet. You had to go to the encyclopedia.
You got it on calling too, so I think over here.
Trying to get over here. It wasn't like it is now that you get the news, breaking news on Twitter. There was nothing like that. So when the Green Hornet was on, I used to watch the Green Hornet. I remember one night throwing a fit because they didn't get me home in time. In the beginning, I still remember the shit. You know, I can't tell you what episodes. I didn't look it up. I can't tell you how many episodes they shot. It wasn't on for a long time.
I saw they drop, but that's a crazy thing for me. Is the TV shows I loved as a kid, I thought they were on for years, and then like it was on for like 1 season.
Yeah, that was either on for 1 season or 2 seasons. I didn't even look. I didn't want to do any research. I wanted to talk from the heart today. I didn't look. I didn't do any fucking research. Nothing. I just wanted to talk to you while I had my memories. So when I found out Bruce Lee died, it hit me hard. And you know, I mean, he's a kid that I watched the Green Hornet, and then one day this guy disappears. And yet I remember El Chino, because that's what I would call him, a Chinito. You know, in Spanish, and Chinito means a little Chinese guy. So I would tell my mom, I gotta go home and watch the Green Hornet. My mom spoke Spanish. You know what the fuck a Green Hornet is? She's like, yeah, easy. And I would say, you know, the show with Chinito. And that was a half hour that my mom had a break. And I would sit there and do the same moves he did. And then I got hit in the head with the fucking lunchbox. And my mother gave me the opportunity to join karate, and I was like, this is what that fucking Chinito used to do. And I couldn't think of his name, but then my godfather used to take me to movie theaters on 42nd Street. From time to time, he would take me to Chinatown. And there was a movie down there in Chinatown, New York City, not a Chinese theater, it was a white theater. But since it was in Chinatown, they played Kung Fu movies. So what happened? If you want me to give you a name of the first Kung Fu movie I saw, I don't know. I just enjoyed it because I was at karate with doing fucking kicks and that. I didn't even tell you. I remember Bruce Lee or whatever. I just called him Chino. And I thought I was doing that. And we ran martial arts.
You know the fucking
And then someone
Does
ran
anyone
around.
knows anyone could be She can kind of have
1970, when I
well, I
was
could
about
play
seven,
that, but then
six
you're
or seven. The martial art business fucking exploded. And I remember being at Sacred Heart School for Boys and running home and telling whether my godfather, my stepfather, I gotta go see Five Fingers of Death. Five Fingers of Death was the first movie that put us over the top about a student that trains and his master that could kill him. He develops the palm of strength. I forget what it's called, the palm of death. And that's where you get these fucking rocks that are heated. And you gotta put your hands on them. Trust me, Uncle Joey did it. And you gotta get a bag, like a bean bag, and put a bag over it. You gotta wipe this, get them hard. You do this all day. Nothing happens to my hands. My hands, I still got pussy hands till today. They're soft as shit. But you know, you go through the process. I did the whole thing. And then in the fourth grade one night, we had just come out of the shower. There had to be maybe 12 to 16 of us in the dormitory. I was in the fourth grade. I was in Sister Alice's, or Sister Ava's, was the fucking leader of the fourth grade dormitory. And we were watching a show by the name of Happy Days, the Fonz, and Richie, whatever, Richie Cunningham, and all that shit. And the next thing you know, in between one of those commercial breaks, they showed the trailer to motherfucking the Chinese Connection, aka Fist of Fury. It got released over there as Fist of Fury, but it got released here as the Chinese Connection. If you get a minute, you do that. Fuck Lee, I forgot to tell you something. I want you to look for the Little Rascals Cake. It's very important that you find Little Rascals Cake. Okay, so please, so what we're
on the commercial for
commercial for Enter the Dragon came on. Now we're a bunch of fucking fourth graders. I don't know if you guys have kids or whatever. Fourth graders who watch the Fonz, think it was snacks. Class of fucking milk. Me, I drank like water or Kool-Aid or whatever the fuck, because I didn't drink milk. We're all sitting around there watching this fucking Fonz, and all of a sudden, you know, like, there's a bunch of rowdy fourth graders, and we're like a three-man pack. So we're telling stories during the TV show. But when Bruce Lee Chinese Connection came on, and they showed that circle scene, the Chinese Connection, that's the scene you saw in the trailer. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you that the fucking room came to a halt. Even the fucking nut. It was like you could drop a pin in there, and that kid did not fucking move. None of us moved. We were frozen. Our jaws had dropped. We had been overcome. Fuck Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Fuck the Love Bug. Fuck the world's greatest athlete. Fuck Disney movies. Fuck Charlie Brown. This room was filled with kids from the 5 fucking boroughs in Staten Island. These were little fucking animals. Fuck Mickey Mouse. Fuck Donald Duck. Fuck Snoopy. We had just fucking got our world rocked. This Chinese guy just kicked the fuck out of 50 people on fucking TV at 8 o'clock on national TV on a Tuesday fucking night. For 2 days, I could not wait. When my stepfather pulled up to get me that that Thursday night, I remember saying to him, he was like, what do you want to do this week? And I go, I just need one favor from you. We need to find out where the Chinese Connection is playing, and we went. And we went to Clinton, New Jersey, to the Route 3 drive-in. If anybody's parents ever talk about that fucking place, hit me back. I went to see a bunch of movies there. 5 Fingers of Death. Fucking, when Chinese Connection comes out of my fucking veins there. When I left that fucking drive-in theater, I was hooked, okay? I was learning karate, but I had to get to the bottom of this kung fu shit somewhere along the line. This shit was just too much. He was doing, I don't even know how I found out. I don't know if I had to buy Black Belt magazine in those days to find out everything about Bruce Lee. When Bruce Lee came over, that's all you found in Black Belt magazine. Bruce Lee articles, Bruce Lee articles, Bruce Lee articles. He was training, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? I was right there with him. Now, for me, I watch all these people say what he meant to them and what he didn't mean to them. To me, man, he fucking meant I don't know. At the time, I couldn't fucking tell you. All I know is that me and every one of my friends was Bruce Lee crazy. What's Bruce Lee crazy? We used to go to Chinatown. We used to buy the outfits. You know, there's these envelopes that used to come out in Chinatown every Friday. And it was 5 assorted pictures of Bruce Lee from all his different movies. And there was like only 10 pictures, but they would give you 9 of them. And one of them, they made it really hard to get. It was like one with him with nunchucks or something. So you had to keep buying the envelope over. It was like trading cards.
Yeah,
You keep buying them until you get that one. And then once you collected them, I wonder what that collection is worth now. I wonder what those envelopes are worth now. If anybody ever kept those envelopes from fucking Chinatown. You know, if you got older grandparents that grew up, you used to go to Chinatown in 73. Find out they got those envelopes. They used to be like black. Like whoever did them was a fucking, whoever did that was a fucking scam because they were just printing them and putting them in there. But on the serious side, Bruce, like it just took off, guys. It took off like medical marijuana. It took off like crack. It took off like the internet. It took off like cell phones. Bruce Lee took off like nothing you ever saw before. And America kept sitting back waiting for his fucking movies. He released Where the Dragon. Now, I don't know if Where the Dragon came out before or after Enter the Dragon. I don't remember the whole fucking thing. But I do remember Enter the Dragon coming out and me knowing he was dead and me sitting there crying like a pussy at the Union City Cinema in Union City, New Jersey. And
So it was The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, and then Game of Death. Where's the last four?
and then he was shooting Game of Death and they fucking did it with some fucking little Chinese guy making noises. And by that time, it was off the boat. Chinese people fucking manipulated us for years with older Bruce Lee footage. Everybody was threatening that they had other Bruce Lee footage. So every movie that came out, they would say Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee. It was a lie. It was like a picture of Bruce Lee and it, or like a fucking Chinese people were ruthless. They would get like another guy's body and put Bruce Lee's face on it. They were ruthless. And then Sonny Chiba came. And that took away the Bruce Lee thing for a while. But in people's hearts like mine, that stunk. Bruce Lee's that stunk. And you watch, this is not happening. You'll see it in my face that it's coming up again after fucking 30 fucking years. That poor bastard's been dead for 47 fucking years. Until this day, when I tap into it, it's still fucking, and I don't tap into it a lot. I tapped into it that night, obviously, when I was on fucking stage. It came back to fucking haunt me, those fucking skeletons. Because I was ready to cry up on that fucking stage. I had to control myself. Because my father's death hurt as much, or Bruce Lee's death hurt as much as my father's death, and it hurt as much as Roberto Clemente's death. And there was a bunch of people dying in those days. Morrison died, fucking Hendrix had died. So America was just getting used to, John F. Kennedy had died. People were just fucking dying from the time I could fucking remember. John F. Kennedy died in 66. But we were just on a fucking trend, Every year somebody was dying. Fucking the brother died, then Martin Luther King died. I mean, it was just like we were used to fucking people dying. But now it was people on our feet, like, it was people you didn't give a fuck, but now it was people you did give a fuck. But I can tell you, man, that I probably today, looking back at it, I probably need therapy for Bruce Lee's death. Why? And then when my mother died, that brought back all those fucking feelings. And I don't know why Bruce Lee's death affected me so much. So now we're going to look at the other part of my life. I made a quote. I always loved the Beatles. I love the Beatles because they fucked with you a little bit. The United States let the Beatles fuck with them. And, well, that's what you thought. They just did. Sometimes life imitates art. Okay? You ready for this, guys? I said on that tape, on the friendship table. I talk about how all you need is 3 friends and you can take over the world. A couple weeks ago, I wanted to put some friends on, which I'm gonna go back again, but I'm gonna put it in chunks of 3s. I put them in a chunk of 3s to let you know the first batch of 3 friends I had that let me know I could take over the world. Steve Villo, Georgie, and Colangelo. Okay, everything I've said on those fucking things, I've lived up to. Now, you ready for this one? I get in fucking trouble. I moved to Boulder. Within 6 weeks, I'm back in trouble, and I gotta get on the plane. Psychologically, where do I go? I go to San Francisco. And as soon as I get to San Francisco, when I wasn't stealing or doing drugs or spending time with my girlfriend, I was trying to find out where Bruce Lee used to hang out.
That's where he was born.
And nobody had a fucking answer for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what hospital was he born at? You know, where was he? Whatever. I mean, it's fucking weird how I went to San Francisco, and between us, I can let you know, between us is what we do here. I can tell you the truth that I went to San Francisco back in search of Bruce Lee. Like, I didn't know. I wanted to learn more about him. I went up there, I saw the Chinese community. Oh my God, they used to have some good Chinese food up there. Badass. I forget what the name of the restaurant, North Star Chinese restaurant or something. Badass in San Francisco. It was the best Szechuan beef I ever had. Every time I went in there, I felt like Bruce Lee. Like, this is where Bruce Lee hated my stupid cocaine line. But okay, let's get back to it. I get into comedy. And basically, guys, when I fucking, in 1994, 95, I was lost, but I was found because, yes, my life was lost, but I was focused on comedy. Like, I was really into comedy. So I was really lost, but I was really found. And I had enough of it. When I had to leave Boulder, I didn't know I was leaving Boulder. I just knew that what was going on in Boulder wasn't working. And all the obvious signs were popping up that I eventually would have to leave. When? I didn't know, but eventually something wasn't going to be right. Sure enough, I get thrown out of the comedy works. And I'm having problems at home with my ex-wife and the thing. And I go, you know what? I fucking go to Michigan. By this time, it's May. I know I gotta figure something out in my life. I can't. I'm driving to Baltimore, Denver, 2 times a month in a fucking car. I'm driving to Michigan from Boulder in a fucking car, and this is what my life is. I knew I had to find the base of operations. Could I move to Michigan? I knew a couple guys in Michigan. Could I move to Baltimore? I'm in Jersey. It's just a drive down to Baltimore. But I wasn't ready to be home. So what I did was, I go to Michigan to do a weekend, and I meet a girl. Now I'm looking for a change in my life. I'm looking for a whole new base of comedy. This girl's plan was to pack up. We left each other on Sunday. Her plan was to pack up in a few days, spend a few days with her mother, then show up in Boulder. And she was going to move to Seattle. She was going to come see me before she moved to Seattle. So I liked the girl. Boulder wasn't working. And all of a sudden, I learned about Seattle. I'm like, fuck. That's what Bruce Lee started this whole fucking journey. You know, I had been lost. And when you're lost, I always say, just go home. Go home and you'll find the answer. Go back to your mother's bed. Sleep downstairs in the basement. Go walk to your grandma's school. Walk to your park that you played at. They'll all come back to you after a few days. What you were meant to be, who you are, and why you're doing what you're doing. They'll come back to you because you'll walk those fucking steps that you did as a kid. They'll all come back to you. I said, you know what? This chick's going to Seattle. I got nothing going on here.
Yeah, I gotta take a shit.
It was a comedy newspaper. I went on there and they had all these fucking comedy clubs. Were in Seattle at the time, Washington. Fucking they had Brown, Giggles, you know. Here I'm working in Denver with two clubs, you know. And I said, you know what? In my heart, I want to go up there to do comedy and to be with this girl. But in my soul, I really want to go up there to walk the streets Bruce Lee did. So from the time I got there, I had a window of when I was going to leave that year. But I think the second day, I went right up to Capitol Hill, wherever it's called. I didn't look it up again. I'm just telling you from memory, just because I wanted to dig deep this podcast. The second day, I told the girl, we got to do something today. She's like, I got there on a Friday night. Saturday, we went to the club downtown. We went to a show there that night. And that Sunday, she goes, you know, when you get to a town, you want to go sightseeing. She's like, well, we can go to the fucking farmer's market. And I was like, well, let's put a hold to that. And I go, let's go see Bruce Lee's grave. And she's like, what are you fucking talking about? I go, I want to go to Bruce Lee's grave. All we got to do is ask people on the street. So I like asked somebody, we need to go to Bruce Lee's grave because you got to go to that thing. Capitol Hill, you know, those days there was no fucking Bruce Lee's grave. 4.3 miles, make a left, you know, there was none of that shit. So you didn't know, you know, saying it wasn't like that. There was probably like a map at that time.
Like a star map.
Like a star map. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So it's up in Capitol Hill or something like that, some hill. We drove up there, and I swear to God, we drove onto a garage gas station. And I didn't get out of the car. Before I could say to the guy, where's Bruce Lee's cemetery? He told me, oh, before you ask, go up to the corner, make a right, make a left, go to the cemetery. You won't get in. You won't get in.
Right.
It's
Private.
It's private. So one thing led to another. We parked. We walked like a half a mile. Now there was a problem because people who don't know this. I don't know anybody from the Washington area listen to the podcast. Please correct me on this and let me know what the truth is here. I don't know if they buried Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee in the same cemetery. There's a story to that why they couldn't, because then you got Kurt Cobain. So you had to separate them.
Right.
You got to separate. Something had broken into Hendrix's grave. I know that. They stole his fingers. I don't know how real it is. These are just rumors here in Seattle.
Right.
So they had to separate them because they got too much attention. Too many people visit, you know, Jimi Hendrix, and too many people visit Kurt Cobain. Oh, this is before Cobain. No, Cobain was dead already when I was up there. This is 96, this is 95. So Cobain was already dead. He just died. He was fresh in the hole. I get up there, and guys, I'm not supposed to walk into fucking cemeteries. I avoid cemeteries like the fucking, like, I just avoid. I avoid cemeteries, period. I don't like them. I feel uncomfortable with them. When I go to my mother's cemetery, I do it just to see her out of respect. I clean up when I gotta clean up, and I get the fuck out of there. I've never liked cemeteries, except when I was a fucking piece of shit crazy man. After my mother died, I cut through that cemetery in Northburg, and I did a couple shits in there. At that time, I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about anything. But this is the real thing. I fucking hate cemeteries, okay? And I hate them more in the daytime than I do at night. It's not a spooky thing. I just don't like fucking cemeteries. And against my own fucking beliefs, I walked into that cemetery. Man, if you've never gone to Bruce Lee's grave, you have to go. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're going to understand that was the completion of the circle for me of my life. After that, I was rested. Like, you know, I was good after that. Like, I put that ghost to sleep in my life. I don't know why I went to the cemetery. I was crazy about it. And I walked in there, and as you walk up, you know you're in something special. You start seeing flowers on the floor and pieces of paper written in notes. And then you walk up, and it's just a beautiful thing. He was buried there with his son already. him and Brandon had been buried there. It was just pictures of the thing. And for maybe, I don't know, without exaggeration, 10 feet in circumference of the circle of that cemetery, of his plot, is all Bruce Lee related. It's people from all over the world with notes, and they're open, so you're supposed to read them.
It's amazing. How many years has it been? 50 years now? Oh, 60 years.
Dead for 47 years. He died in 73. Those movies came out when I was a child. They stuck with me so much. And it's like he said, he stuck up for the underdog. I love the underdog. I've been an underdog since day one. How can I not love the underdog? I bet an underdog Saturday night. You know, I love an underdog story. I love somebody who, you know, and listen, guys, and all that shit was going on. You want me to sit here and I knew that they fucked them out of Kung Fu. I know that I boycotted Kung Fu personally at that time. At the age of fucking 9, I boycotted Kung Fu. Like I wasn't gonna watch the stuff. I heard in rumors that was Bruce Lee's show. We were all excited about fucking Kung Fu. And they gave me the David Carradine. And people like me got pissed off. We boycotted Kung Fu, boycotted that fucking shit. By that time, I was studying karate, but I would work out in Union City on top of the bottom of the barrel. This place called Fujian Kung Fu. It's still fucking there. And I would go in there. One of my friends that was a landlord in my friend's building studied there. We would all practice together. And I would go to Fujian Kung Fu. It was next to a Carvel's. Trust me, I didn't go there because I wanted to. I went there because I knew if that flew in the air for now. I was having a milkshake downstairs afterwards, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go there because I wanted to. Yeah, at first it was, Bruce Lee in circles and flying through the air. But after that, it was about the chocolate shake afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn your keep, cocksuckers. Even then, I was always earning my keep. But it's just so weird how I ended up moving to Seattle. And guys, it didn't stop. Like after the cemetery, I fucking investigated. I tried to find out where his first school was. So I found out, somebody told me where it was, so I actually went to where this first school was. I forget what it is today, and I stood in front of it, and I tried to breathe the same air he breathed. I wanted the same light. I wanted to know what I was
What did this do?
I was doing this
My mic turned from that side to this side. It was the most work he's done all week.
I just wanted to breathe the same air he had breathed. I wanted to walk on the same streets he walked. And I don't even feel that, like, you know, yeah, I had a dream of playing fucking that one beat in New York, you know, the money maker. And now it's never going to happen because of money boots, you know what I'm saying? I always it's never going to happen. No, it's never going to happen. I think it's 3 years. By that time, who wants to see a wrinkled up Joe Diaz? Nobody wants to come see me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing friends by the day now. Every time I get a wrinkle, I lose a friend. That's the shape I'm in. So, you know, I fucking walked in. I did everything he could. Man, guys, it's been 25 years, so I forget all of the goofy shit I did out of respect for Bruce Lee. So now Sunday night came, and like I told you guys Monday, I didn't even have the strength to watch it Sunday night. I watched fucking the Steve McQueen Getaway. I gotta tell you something. Monday was a fucking boring day, and I went against my own rule. But I fucking watched Rewater, and I watched it, and I don't know if it was because what was going on around me, and then it was like it didn't tell me what I really wanted to hear. Told me about the shit I already knew, you know. I wanted to hear about how his father used to dress him up like a girl when he was a kid because he felt the spirit was looking for him. If he could confuse the spirit, he could save Bruce Lee. You know, I wanted to hear all about that shit. His dad's little fucking, but they didn't have any of that. Monday night, I think one of the church guys, Matt Holmeyer out of Milwaukee, great guy. He sent me a message and he goes, "What you did to me?" I go, "You know, it was okay." But then I did what I go, "You know what? Before I go spread what the fuck I think I should watch it again." And last night I watched it again. And last night at the end I cried and I understood why I loved it. It was because of the underdog that he was a fucking, he was a tiny guy. Listen, if you think I bought into the fucking, he even at the age of, once I seen one shoot a fucking guy, once I saw my stepdad shoot a guy in the leg, I figured out that movies were fake. Okay? You ever come to a fucking point where you like to think like you just go, I ain't watching wrestling no more. Do you ever have that day? That day happens one day when you're 11. You know, and you get all, you remember the first time you stopped believing in Santa Claus? You know, it's the same thing. But when you found out he wasn't real, it was the same fucking way. You know, I don't even, please don't get me started on the wrestling. I love wrestling. No disrespect. One day you're just watching it, and you're like, this is fake as fuck. I ain't watching this no more. I want to see him get hit with a head, but I want to see his head blow up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fucking just see a little blood and fake shit. You know, so that's how your life is. You watch something until you see behind the curtain, then you move the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird how I watched it again, and I caught things I didn't catch the first time. You know, I caught, and I wasn't happy when Bruce Lee died. If you know anything about me, guys, I was a little Bible beating faggot when Bruce Lee died. So I didn't like the fact that he had been. This is how, guys. This is how much of a prude your Uncle Joey was. I didn't like the fact that they found him at a woman's house. That wasn't his wife. Yeah, I didn't like it. Even in the fucking 5th grade, it always didn't seem right to me. His death never made sense to me. It was the conspiracy guys. We ain't got no time. We got real problems to deal with. You know what I'm saying? This baseball coming back. Can a midget suck my dick again in Vegas? You know when you got a lot of other things on your mind.
I'll get with your number 2 question.
What's that?
The midget one.
Well, because people can't do shit no more because of COVID. Things have changed.
6 foot difference, yeah.
So everybody's like, yeah, 6 foot difference. Now they gotta suck your dick through a wind tunnel. Unless you got a 6 foot dick, you no fuck. What are you gonna do? Put a dick extension on? What are you gonna do? They gotta be 6 feet away. So that's why I don't see how strip clubs operate. But I'm not here to talk about COVID. You guys already took 3 months of COVID. What I'm trying to tell you is that I watched it again, and it's just one of those things of my childhood that was that it was when my mother was alive. It was that life. I tried to call my friend Dean LaPrete, the little fuck as he was. I put him on Zoom, but he's already told me I'll never do your podcast. I don't ask. I won't call in. He was there at my house before with my mother. I honor his friendship because I knew all those guys BC before Coco's mother died. So Bruce Lee, to me, was something that was a part of my life when my mother was alive. And will always be. It's a part of that life. It was the first chapter. I've had like 6 fucking lives. I had the fucking Catholic boy life where I'm telling you that I was pissed off. I still remember going to see The Godfather and covering my eyes. Boy, I covered my eyes with one eye open when the titties came up during The Godfather, Apollonia. I was that much of a fucking Catholic little nerd. And then there's that fucking evil period. The other day, people were fucking banging out Marky Wahlberg because of hate crimes or whatever the fuck he did in Boston. Well, guess what, guys? You know what, man? When you have hate in your heart, that's the kind of stupid shit you do. You know who else did that? Uncle Joe. I would sit there at night in the fucking Hudson County Park, and these broken men would come, and I'd lie to them and tell them I was going to suck their dick, and then me and 3 guys would jump and beat them up. That's not fucking normal. But that was who I was then. You want to judge me by that? Now, 30 years later, be my fucking guest. Because that's not who I am today. How do I know? Because today I fucking sit there at 4 o'clock and we got coloring for an hour, me and my daughter. Then I got to subtract numbers to figure out the pencil. So number 2 is red, number 3 is pink, number 4 is green. And all 3, I got 3 plus 1, 9 plus 8. And I got to figure out all the math. And after I do that for an hour, I got to sit with a kid and read 3 books. She reads them to me. So I know I'm not the same person. So I don't give a fuck about that. That type of shit. And then you have the life, the cocaine life, that fucking cocaine fueled life that fucking almost killed me. But it turned me into a comedy fucking savage because even though I had that cocaine in my system, I still had comedy was the light at the end of the tunnel. Comedy was the light at the end of the tunnel for me. I knew once I reached my comedy thing, I would shed that cocaine skin. And thank God, 13 years ago, I fucking did. So there was always something. And now I have that's from 2007 to 2010, I was a different motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck I was. I was just finding out who the fuck I was. And then from 2010 to now, I met Lee, I had a kid. You know, I moved on to Vedas as a comic at the beginning. I've had so much to fuck go on that I don't even know what the fuck I am anymore. But that's how fast your life. So I've had fucking 5 lives. So if you want to judge me on something, but anyway, going back to Bruce Lee, to me, at the end of the, when I watched the ESPN thing, at the end, it was just who I was at one time. So I cherished that, and I think he was a tough guy. Could he beat up Muhammad Ali? Guys, it was the fucking movies. But I also remember people's behavior after Bruce Lee came, especially my own. You know, it gave me the will to stand up for myself. You know, his first movie is The Big Boss, released here as Mr. Fury. And if you know anything about that movie, the first hour of that movie is horrible. You know why? Because Bruce Lee don't fight. It was like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you had to wait the whole show for Buffy to start throwing fucking sidekicks. And you can really see that pussy in glass. But you had to wait, you had to put up with 22 minutes of bad acting. The fucking twins, the other ugly redhead girl, for me to see Buffy bitch slap somebody. That came from the old school Batman formula. We got to put up with 20 minutes of Batman. The Batman gave somebody an earbeat, bitch slapped him and Robin. And that came from the same old school as Green Hornet. You had to fucking wait 20 minutes to watch Green Hornet on 20 kicks. That's how they would hold you. Right, because you're ready for fucking this Chinese guy to start smacking white people or black dude. You would have to wait 22 minutes. That's the same thing they did here with Big Boss, a.k.a. Mr. Fury. But you know why? Because he had made a promise that he wasn't going to fight. That he didn't throw a punch. So there was a riot. Somebody ripped his chain and broke the promise. Wow. So, as a young adult, as a character, what character was? That's the first time I learned about character. And before that scene, he was going to throw a punch, and they held him back, and they reminded him, you made a promise to your mother or your uncle. You got to watch the movie. It's been a long time ago. So that was little pieces of character he showed you. You know, in that scene when he faced the boss. What happened when in The Big Boss when they fucking took him out to dinner and they made him the boss, how he treated the employee. Then he realized he had made a mistake and he became Bruce Lee of what he was. And he went down to the fucking guy's house, and he kicks the guys in the ball, 2 kicks, and they both go down. Then he jumps the fence and he kills the fucking son and the fucking father. But so, yeah, it was about killing or whatever, but it was about a promise. Then he comes back in another movie called Fist of Fury, got released in China, but in the United States, it got released in the Chinese fucking Connection. And he released the Chinese Connection in that movie. It's about him coming home and his teacher dying, but his teacher was in great shape. How the fuck can he die? Who would do this? So while everybody else was telling him, everybody was sucking wind like we do today, walking around with your finger up your ass, looking at your fucking iPhone to see what idiot texts you. You're not seeing what's in front of you. He's like, look, something is not right here. And one night he found 2 Japanese guys that plotted to kill the fucking teacher, and he goes off, and then at the end he has to turn himself in so that the Japanese people don't destroy the school. And as he goes outside, they're about to shoot him. And instead of running in, he runs at them. And I remember us leaving there. Everybody in that movie theater was crying. No, when we left, because after we played at the, you know, you had to go see it first with a parent. And after that, you had to go see the movie first. You can go talk shit in your neighborhood and tell your friends about you went to see Bruce Lee and the movie's bad. Go home, ask your father 50 cents. See if we can catch the 4 o'clock matinee over at a small that played on 148th Street. And I remember taking my friends to go see that movie. I saw Chinese Connection in the movie theater without exaggeration, I probably paid 25 times to see the Transformers in the movie theater.
I'm waiting for them to show up.
There was a movie theater that used to let me go there. I used to drink at my mother's bar. It was called Cine Tony. On like 14th Street. It was a Cuban movie theater. The owner had a wig.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony had a wig. He would come into the bar and do a couple bumps. So there was like a rule. Like he could come in and drink, but I could go into the movie theater whenever I wanted. With 8 gorillas and just go in the back row and watch movies. I can't tell you how many times I saw that movie there. At night. Like I had nothing to do, but I would go, Mom, I'm bored. And she'd go take the cab, go down to Cine Tony and watch the 11 o'clock movie, come back at 2, we'll close at 3.
Take a cab by yourself.
Oh yeah, because Union City was a small town.
Oh, okay.
Studio City, you're not gonna get lost. Nobody's gonna kidnap you. It wasn't like that then. There was a lot more trust on the streets.
Right. I didn't have the issue that you had with Bruce Lee, but I thought it was great last night. Like because it's you're talking about his being a good person and standing up for people, and he had that come through in his movies. But he had to come through, at least in the documentary they were talking about, he purposely had that stuff come through in the movies because that's who he was as a person. And like, the stuff that stood out to me was how many times he like came back. Like I was just relating it to myself. I was like, I don't know if I would keep going after so many people telling me no. Like that's like time after time.
This is what life is about. Listen, Clint Eastwood did spaghetti westerns. Bruce Lee came in, one of the things that I liked that they highlighted was the time he had grown up and what he learned from, who he learned from. The stories that they were very mad at him for teaching non-Chinese the art of myths, their stories, lies. There's so much great information out there. What we don't
never giving up.
Never giving up. When you come to this town, look, I know. Okay, I'll give you an example. I know a certain Mexican comic who used to always come up to me and go, I will never take a role where they degrade a Mexican. Well, that dude's ready to suck dick today. Okay, he's ready to shoot himself today. Because he had 20 of those roles. He could have had 20 of those roles where whatever, it's up to whatever you want to do. I mean, you never want to portray yourself as a Jewish man in Auschwitz, because of your family and stuff like that. There's certain things you want to portray yourself as, but it's also at the end of the day, it's just a job, right? To get yourself acquainted with what's going on. What the biggest thing they did to him was steal kung fu from him.
Yeah,
that was heartbreaking because we all thought as little kids it was his. And every kid I hung out with, man, boycotted it. Like, fuck kung fu. Fuck that shit. Like, you weren't allowed in my neighborhood to even talk about fucking kung fu.
Who was the guy who played Genghis Khan, the white guy?
Oh, John Wayne.
It was so wonderful.
It was horrible. It was horrible. When you talk about all these bad people and shit like this, and all these people, like I said at the beginning, listen, there's a lot of fucking fakers out there. People who stand behind closed doors is what fucking matters. Marlon Brando in 73, they sent the fucking Indian woman to receive us because they should portray Indians as Indians. This has always been a problem in Hollywood. Right. This is always Michael B. Jackson one day was talking about, hiring more black people in Hollywood. Now they're coming up with the 18 years of BC, the 18 seasons, 40 episodes. They only had one black girl.
Oh, The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. You look at all these things now. You see this stuff from the Bruce Lee documentary, about racism, 69, and 68, and 70. And you're looking at the things that are going on with today, and you're like, what has changed? What has fucking changed? We're still trying to change people's mind. But, again, until you change your mind behind closed doors and have a pure heart, nothing good's going to happen. When you look at your fucking friend and go, is he really my friend? Or is he, you have token fucking friends? They're token friends. You know what that means? They contact you when it's good for them. Okay? 10 things can happen. Earthquakes case of that, they don't call you. But one day out of the blue, they were just thinking about you. You know, while I got you on the phone, I got this project coming up, and you're like, really? You know, we're all token fucking friends. Guess what? I'm not a token to fucking nobody. You know, when you see two comedians hanging out or whatever, I can tell you 20,000 situations why they're hanging out. It's either they're hanging out because they live and die for each other, or they're hanging out because one wants one or the other. When you hear me on Rogan, I can be on Rogan every fucking day, guys. I can call Joe right now. I want to be on next Monday, and he would say absolutely. I don't do that. I don't abuse our friendship, and I want the show to be very organic. I want me to come on there twice a year, you know, during the holidays, and maybe during the 4th of July, and go fucking off. I like to do the first guest of the year every year to start the year off on the right foot. But I don't abuse that friendship. I don't want none from Joe. I want his friendship. Here in Hollywood, that's not the fucking case.
Right.
So we live in a fucking polluted place. So when Bruce Lee he was so hurt. He was probably hurt the way I was after the Longest Yard. You know, while I was shooting the Longest Yard, I didn't call anybody on that movie. They picked up the phone. The day the fucking movie ended, I went to call the next day about a check or something. And I had to leave messages. Nobody called you back. These are the realities of fucking Hollywood. You know, when you're on a TV show, everybody wants to be your friend. You got no TV show. You know, these are the realities of Hollywood. Did Bruce Lee really like, you know, Bruce Lee and Steve McQueen were great fucking friends. I've heard 200 stories about them. Were they dear friends that they call each other every day, or were they Hollywood friends? I think, you know, I heard that they both wanted what the other guy had. Steve McQueen didn't want to be a successful Hollywood actor. He wanted just to bitch slap people. And Bruce Lee didn't want to bitch slap people. He wanted to be the world's greatest actor. You know, like very popular. He wanted to bring Chinese culture into the limelight. He wanted to promote all these things. So, you know, in that case, yes.
Yeah. And obviously, you can't change who someone is, and Bruce was an incredibly hard worker. But the thing that I can't get out of my mind from that documentary was they were talking to his wife, and they were talking about, I think it was right after the Green Hornet, and they were saying how it was tough times, they didn't have a lot of money, but it was probably the happiest time of her life, because all the kids were together, Bruce was there, and they had time for each other. And I like...
What's going on right now?
Exactly. And I'm like, should you not try that? Like, not that you shouldn't try that hard, but should you have different goals?
Try that hard for what?
Like well, looking back, who knows what killed Bruce? But should Bruce have been like, you know what? I'm gonna be the #1 stuntman. I'll have some movies, and I'll get to play with my kids at night. Like just rather than focus so intently on being the star. Like just that line she was talking about. So
once he got that to that point, and that's the truth. Look at us now. Look at what we're learning now. Look at what this fucking coronavirus has taught us. That for some people who are single, it's taught you how to live without nobody coming over. You know, you're by yourself. And I got you guys back. I always call you, Steve, whoever. I contact all you guys. Steve Del Rey. I talk to Theodia, you know, because I know what it is. I know how I go crazy at night. You think I like watching TV from fucking 5 to 9 or 10 at night? I've never done that. This is the first time for me for all this shit. I've never fucking done this. So this is very hard for me right now. I just go along with it. At first, I did the edibles to do it. You know, I went overboard. Now, I've accepted my fate. I know exactly what I'm doing. And I know exactly how I want to do it. Once Bruce went to China, and you heard him at the end of the first movie, he didn't know what direction he was going to go.
Right.
And now what happens? So now what else did you learn at the end of it? At the end of it, you learn about a word called hypocrisy. And I want all young actors in comics, if this is where you feel good, or is anything you do, to learn about what happened at the end. At the end, he had to go somewhere else and make $91 million $521 million by today's standards. And what happened automatically? America sent Warner Brothers over there with a check to partner up with them. Raymond Chow is unknown to the American fucking public. Raymond Chow cut such a good deal, and look how many movies Raymond Chow went on to produce that were American.
Really? No.
Oh yeah, they gave him everything. They had to give him everything after that.
Yo,
Because he gave up a great,
that one sucks.
you know, his death at some levels could have been
Yo.
because he switched companies. He wasn't going
Yo.
to play for some certain Chinese people anymore. There's a bunch of mystery surrounding this. In my world right now, 47 years later, you're going to die. That's it. One day you wake up and you're done. Jim Morrison, my friend Anthony Balzano went, my friend Darren Rago went, but I'm still here at 57.
But how could, and I don't want to get into a religious argument with you, but can you imagine dying a week before your dream comes true? A week.
Right now, I'm scared to death. I'm going to die March fucking 1st. The Soprano movie comes out Monday 12th. Jesus, how the fuck did you think I feel? As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm going to die March 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Because the Soprano movie's coming out. You know, not that I'm Bruce Lee. I'm just saying, you know, it's hard. It's a story that.
Hey, Bridges to Madison County. How about you suck
It's a
this
story about
dick?
the walls. Listen, my favorite song is
What does that even mean?
is when
One.
you come out to this California, there's a system, and then it becomes your system. That is your art. That is what you have to offer. Right now, I do it art. You get it wrong. My dear friend Joe Rogan says I'm the funniest guy. Listen, I'm the funniest guy when you open up a window and let me go and attack you. As far as a stand-up requires certain levels of stand-up. That stand-up video right now is Bill Burr. After his last special because of the levels. To this day, I love the levels. A lot of comics aren't doing that. That's the way I was learned to do comedy. By levels. Bill Hicks worked in levels. Everybody like that worked in levels. Even Pryor, in a way, worked in levels. Not really. Carlin worked in levels. That's a brilliant way of doing comedy. I'm a funny guy when you give me an opening and I can go through that fucking window. I'm a funny guy when you pull it out of me and I can go through that fucking window. I don't even know how we got to the story, but Bruce Lee just taught me that
Really?
when I got here,
Yes, you're
I've
not
been
for
very
everyone. If
worried
you've ever
about
fucked up.
racism. I don't know why.
If you've ever fucked up.
It's never really affected me. And have I felt it?
I gotta take
My
a
wife
shit.
asked me last night,
This
have I
still
ever
going?
felt it? And I gotta be honest
Hell
with you,
yeah,
yes.
motherfucker.
Yes, I always lie to people and say no. When I first moved to North Bergen, I
Yo,
felt
dog.
it a little bit. And then throughout the years,
Ain't no way.
it got a lot easier. But at the end, I knew I
Ain't
had to
no
get out
way.
of North Bergen. Because no matter what I would be achieved, at the end of the day, I'd always be a spec there. And now that doesn't matter to me. I am fucking spec. I don't give a fuck what, you know what, you think about it. I'm Spanish. What do you want me to do? If you're black, if you're African American, if you're Chinese, whatever, somebody. But, where we go with this?
I gotta take
Have
some
you
shit.
ever experienced racism?
Yeah, have you ever experienced racism? You know,
What is
he
cool?
experienced it. He felt that he was very hurt.
Oh man, I
He got
gotta take
fucked
a
in the
shit.
ass. They took a show
Dog.
him. He went
Yo,
to China.
everybody. My hand, I take a shit.
And then they had to go
Yeah,
and get
take
it.
Oh,
And that
oh
describes
man.
the word empowerment. Now, who else did that happen to that you know?
Yo,
Who
dog.
else you know that happened to?
I have to take
You
a
look
dump.
at him, you listening to him.
Really?
I was here since 1997. And I've been rocking guys. I'm looking at you at the eye. I'm looking at the microphone in the eye. I've been killing them since 2004. Seriously, that was 13 years in. Since I started following Moody, when I put the market chart together, I was a 50-50 killer. When I fucking ripped your fucking heart out, I ripped your heart out. You've heard the stories about the fucking comedy store. Nobody talked to me, guys. I would beg agents. I would drop off packages every day. I would argue with agents. I would make it. And I just couldn't figure it out. I never blamed it on racism. I never blamed it on my felony. I didn't know what to blame it on. I didn't know what to blame it on. And then something happened in 2013 that changed all that. Because it wasn't even about the temple. Guess what happened in 2013 that changed all that? I sold the ticket. So it didn't matter how funny I was in 2006. Even after the longest yard, guys. Even after seeing the longest yard, you guys know I'm in that movie. I'm standing right there with Tracy Morgan, all those motherfuckers. If I'm a good agent, I'm like, I'm gonna sign that kid because he ain't shit today. But if I could work with him right or put him on the right path, I could do something. Nobody talked to me. They treated me like I had more fucking HIV than before. It was like they shot an extra shot of HIV in me now. Yeah. So nobody wanted to talk to me. It wasn't until 2013 till I sold Sal's. I sold out Sal's, 113 tickets. And then I sold out San Francisco. Well, I got like 380 on a Thursday night with Felicia. And all of a sudden, guys, you should have seen all the people that said bad things about me over the years. And said I wouldn't amount to nothing. That wouldn't return my calls for years. All of a sudden, that changed. Now, you got two things to do with that. You can be cocky, or you can just write it off the business. I think 20% of it with some people, I was cocky. The other 80%, I wrote off the business, and I still do business with those people because it was all a part of business. You have to realize the guy in the world, you can be the best painter in the fucking world. You can draw the best sketches of Lee. You can draw a sketch of the Titanic. But unless you put a value on that, you figure out how to put a value on that, you're done. You're done. Nobody decides until you decide. You know what? That flag of the United States of America I drew, I want $10,000 for that. And if you look at somebody's eyes and you explain to them why you want the 10G for that flag and talk to them with the right passion, they're going to buy that fucking flag. Because it's what value you put on yourself at the end of the fucking day. So it was really weird when 2013 came. So nobody thought. For years, bro, we've been telling people, club owners, I've been telling people, no, watch this. Nobody paid attention to me. Sending people tapes. You know how much money I spent sending people tapes? How many tapes I dropped off? You know, and in the comic, the agents made fools of me. They would go, well, you have to sell the whole department. How many guys you got? 13. All right, let me go down and sell 13 motherfuckers. So I would drop off 13 tapes while we voted against you. You know how many of those I got, guys? For years, people voted against me. I sold one ticket, and now everybody's my friend. The phone is ringing. How you doing? So if you learned anything about that Bruce Lee thing, all at the end was, it was a beautiful story. But at the end, they had to go suck his dick. And come back and fucking light his cigarettes and tell them how much they love Chinese people, fucking massages, kung fu, and jump up and down. That's at the end, he won. He proved his point. He won. You know, I admired so many things about Bruce Lee. If you notice something else about me, I got a white wife. Who else got a white wife? Bruce Lee, that was my fucking. I knew I was going with a plain white chick when I got into this game. I didn't want no fucking statuesque, fake-headed woman. I wanted a woman who was going to calm me down. I once read a thing about Bruce Lee that Linda got the last when he did Enter the Dragon. He was very agitated. And the Silhouette, whatever his name is, the director or the producer, said that Linda could calm him down. My wife is the only person who can talk to me like my wife can talk to me. The other night we watched an episode of The Sopranos. He's going off in the house and they have a barbecue. He finds Janice took the real estate sign off the property and put it in the bag. And he comes in and just starts tormenting Carmela. And he starts yelling at Carmela like, God knows you came back for a fucking house and for a $400 car. That fucking bitch. And she's like, look at yourself, Tony. You have to get back to therapy. And he's like, fuck that. I don't even want to fucking talk about that house. So she goes over to the door, opens up. This is a plot boss. He's killed people. She tells people to shut the fuck up. She slams the door and she goes, get out. Go out there and enjoy yourself. Get out there with your friends. And she gets behind them and she pushes them the fuck out. And she slams the door and she goes, Jesus fucking Christ. And Tony walks out pissed off. And he sees pussy standing there with a beer. And he goes, what the fuck are you laughing about? And they twist it around. You know how many times my wife twists me around? I'm guessing at least I fucking quit doing blow because I didn't want my wife to find me on the floor. The coincidence right now, what a white wife for. Bruce Lee got a white wife. I'm not stupid. He got to those heights because he had a woman who calmed him down. He didn't have a wife that was fucking a piece of, you want to marry her in peace? Go ahead. 10 years from now, she's going to want to fuck a train. All right? You want that RP? Whatever. I married somebody who I felt, you know what, man? My wife doesn't run the house with a straight on check. That's what I'm fucking wild. What did they say? When he had his daughter, she had him wrapped around her finger. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing up this afternoon? You think I want to go to the beach and I'm 17% again this year? Buy a shark in Cuba, 18, fucking talk about the fungi toenail that attracts sharks like a motherfucker. They love fungi. It's my shrimp. I'm telling you, I go to the beach, I dream about coming home with one leg. Every time I go to the beach, I'm like, well, I'm coming home with one leg. Well, I leave the house to go to the beach, so I get the car. I'm like, I'm going to pushing this brake because I ain't going to be pushing this brake. Oh, don't say this longer. It's going to happen every time I go to the beach. I'm going to come home. They're going to call me Joey One Leg, Joey Stumps, Joey fucking something. Joey One Leg. Guys. Thank you very much for listening to our little Bruce Lee thing today. I'm sorry the fucking comedy match up the Mondays, but that's what's great about the church. They're all different. Sometimes they're silly, sometimes they are serious to talk about, and the jokes still come out from time to time. And sometimes this podcast about love. We change it, and that's it, and that's that. It was a beautiful Wednesday. If you haven't watched the documentary yet, I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry if I just gave you the topical stuff. You can still watch it. Don't hit me up later and say, look at Joey, you fucking spoiler alert. Spoiler alert is they don't pay you, they come.
Yo, dog.
That's who a spoiler alert is. They don't pay you, they come.
This shit sucks. What sucks? Everything?
I had the COVID 6 months ago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Spoiler alert. I'm telling you about some movie that's fucking nothing. Spoiler alerts right before you come, your mother knocks on the door. Don't forget, you got to go to church. That's spoiler alert right now. You're banging the chicken off on your grandmother. Don't forget, you got to get the pills. Oh, see what happens to you. You're fucking your girlfriend. You look up and you picture your grandmother across on the wall. How down does you think that you see the outcome? Right? Think about it. I got to line up. Burn them up, right down. All right. That was another fun episode of the church in the happening now. I'm lucky to have you guys in my heart. Help me remind you that I helped you throughout this whole ordeal. I hope I helped you. Send me messages throughout this for you guys to help me out the house. Real quick, let's talk about a few things here. Listen, I got 30 books. I hate dirty balls. I hate when my ass is dirty. I hate when I scratch my nutsack. When you like there's a thick sweat, layer of sweat. The sweat is like a little ball sweat. I hate the elapse with all my nerves. I still like it. And now like I'm hearing aids, I can go and wax them. And the summer I hate when I'm not some piece of hair. That bothers me. When I got the fucking email about this almost died, that man's has been bothering me. The scientists over there have released this first. It's called the weed whack. That really is important. I gotta tell you, the only thing that can't is picking up there. But it's spider legs sticking out of my fucking nose. But not really, because I cleaned them off. Fucking weed whacker friend for my gas. I want to try it out. Who the fuck you think you want to enjoy fucking bananas? What the fuck will you think? You know I'm too hot for you. I used to do my fucking eyebrows. I had to keep it like these spider webs. And I love fucking those things. So listen, you know I'm out, man. I've already told you about how they keep your balls safe and you trim your fucking ball back and your muffler. Now you get the same job done. You know, listen, I took a hair out that usually holds on to a snap. Up here, I like to look at it. I got to let it grow. Time to time, the snap comes out there. I fucking put that weed whacker in there. I put that fucking anti-clip. You get the owl and you fucking shove it in there. Weed whack your nose, everything. One fucking go, everything. Everything. I will pick it up. That motherfucker took it down to the fucking root. And then if you got a big fucking nose, the weed whacker will work for you too. It's got a contour design to fit all fucking nose. Somebody's nose, though. I'll never write that bad on book. That fucking, listen, this fucking thing will work for you. The weed whacker. You might think, Joe, is this normal? Well, no. I can eat pussy if you can't fucking breathe in your nose. This is everything far. You gotta fucking stick your nose in. When they come sticking out, it's fucking disgusting. Now get your face looking good as your balls with the weed whacker from Manscaped, okay? So now you got the Manscaped 3.0 and you got the fucking weed whacker, whatever, the lawnmower 3.0, I'm sorry. And you got the weed whacker, all right? It's one thing you put up your nose that's good for you. This is the fucking thing right here. Try the fucking weed whacker from fucking Manscaped right now. You can check my Instagram on Monday. I'll have another video for you of the fucking weed whacker because I love you, motherfucker. But do me a favor right now. Let's get the church family back in hip-hop shape, shaving their nutsack and trimming their fucking nose hairs. Get 20% off plus free shipping when you press in the special code. You ready? Write this down. Nose cubes at manscaped.com with a capital N and a capital B. That's Nose View at manscaped.com. You're never going to feel like this on Nose Candy anywhere. I'm giving you 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code Nose View. Capital N, capital B, as my daughter says, uppercase. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Dear me.
It's not boobs, it's pubes. There you fuck. Nose View. What are you waiting for? Go buy your weed right now. Manscaped.com. Code Nose View. Most importantly, I want to thank you guys for following us and having our backs every fucking week, right? I love you guys. Listen, January 25th through the 27th at the Great Improv. June 25th through the 27th at the Great Improv. You gotta call because sadly I already had a lot of tickets sold. So I think they're only letting 200 people in there. So if you want to move your tickets from Saturday to either Friday or Thursday night, you'll be helping us out. Listen, if you come on Thursday night, this will be my first time on stage. My son opens up the ring listening before that. Please come on Thursday night to the improv. That's my first time on stage. I'm just gonna go up there and talk some shit and put some shit together. If you want to come, come. If you don't, I fucking get it. I'm doing a residency there starting in July every 2 weeks. So I'll be performing there all the way to the same. I'm not traveling, guys. Let's see what goes on with this fucking thing. Let's see if we're gonna go to war. Let's see if fucking African American lives matter. Let's see what's gonna happen before I start getting on a plane. And I found out something else. Everything is connected now. You get on the plane and have to connect the go. It's view direct buckle flight. So get ready, guys. But anyway, I'll see you in fucking the Grand Improv, 25th to 27th. If not, I'm doing the residency there all summer. I'm giving you $20 tickets. No, I'm not looking to fucking none of them. Just $20 and Tuesday night. I'm gonna give you a great show. We're gonna work out the 2 hours, which I don't have, so we'll work it out together. So see what a better time. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. I want to thank the Price Killer. I want to thank you guys. And I want to thank my families. I wish you all a blessing. Have a great fucking weekend. Stay black and do your motherfucking thing. Situation what's happening now. Check this fucking view.
And I looked at it. If somebody got a weapon in people's stores, and one of the things about like big food and people are like, I'm like not ready to eat the eyes yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'll do it. If I know I'm going to see another video and I make this go back, I gotta be ready for it. And I want to be ready for it. I don't want to not be ready for it. And you know, you not ready for it. You guys are taking some good steps. I just need to talk to you because that was the plan. The thing is, I started running and doing my mind how to do it. And I'm like, what is it? Yes, it's good. You have to stop and think about what I did with the person and what I saw. Yeah. And then I'm like, you blessed me a live person. I could feel you on my mind, but I'm looking at my mind what I thought this is true. I mean, I just took it in the past. You just find that really well because a lot of times when you see something that's not like, you're not supposed to see it. When you see it, you just see it because it's just normally happening and you don't think anything of it. And then afterwards, you're doing exactly, you're saying what you're saying. You described it perfectly. It's like, oh my gosh, that was different. Wait a minute, I got to think about this. Yeah, and I really did. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just saw something else. Wait a minute, all goes. Yeah, I can say ghosts, but I mean, my mother got her to go. She would yell me all the time when I say ghosts. She said, honey, it's spirit. I said, okay, I'll call him spirit. Yeah, she can call me the one. But, yeah, that was amazing. I mean, that is the most amazing thing I have seen in to this day. I mean, I could have never seen it, but that there, when they acknowledge that without saying anything,
When the old school Cubans, the revolutionaries, if a Chinese guy came in the room, he was bad luck. Again, it didn't matter what particular Asian denomination it was. Korean, fucking Chinese, Japanese, or it's like I'm at the Gino. Oh my God.
It's the same thing for fighting. My coach, my head coach is born and raised in Cuba, came here. He defected to Ecuador and then he came to Miami. So he had his whole life over there. So to this day, he's one of the most superstitious persons I've ever met. If you ever seen him in my corner, he always had something yellow on. He'll have something yellow on his body. Now, Reebok gives him a lot of trouble for this because he had his own Scotty cap for 10 years that he wore to all my fights. It's yellow. And now they don't let him wear it because it was a Reebok. So he went and bought a Reebok one that's like with the old design of Reebok. They won't let him use it. So he's been going crazy to put something on his head that is yellow. This is not me just being funny. It's documented footage. You can see it on all my fights before the Reebok.
Yo, dog. It was like connected to the internet, and Mike, it was like, oh, this is the best. We got Jesse James in this bitch.
And then just look at me and turn and walk away. And I'm like, look at this. My injury.
The Church of What's Happening Now is presented by Zeal. This show is brought to you by Distilled. Distilled offers luxury-grade denim at an affordable price. Jeans that would normally cost you hundreds start at just $75 at distilled.com. Now that's DSTLD.com. DSTLD.com. Use code /Joey to get 10% off. That's DSTLD.com/Joey to get 10% off. The show is also brought to you by Indochino. Go to Indochino.com right now and enter promo code CHURCH to get any premium Indochino suit for just $3.89 at Indochino.com and enter promo code CHURCH. And don't forget, shipping is always free.
Oh shit. It's gonna be a good motherfucking day. Monday, February 13th, I think. Who gives a fuck? It's a beautiful day to be alive. The Church of What's Happening Now. Lee Syed, My main man, old headmaster Bob. You got your Uncle Joey B as cocksuckers. Every day, you dirty bitch. I want to know. I need your love. What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here, my main man George Masvidal, and my little Jewish brother Lee Syed. What's happening, gentlemen?
How's it going, sir? It was a great weekend.
Great little fucking weekend, do a little comedy. What I do, I hang out with the family. It's nice. I had a couple weeks in a row. Then the 1 week I shot a pilot. That whole week I was working. I didn't see him till Sunday. And then I had to go to Nashville. So this is really like, and you know how it's like, bro. You know how it's like, you get caught up sometimes, then you say, I'm going to go home next week, and they contact you for promotional week somewhere, and now you're on the road 4 weeks. But some guys are like, fuck, I don't have to deal with my shit. But there's some dudes that truly, I like being at home, bro. You know, 20 years ago, I didn't like being at home. There was no home. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait till I got the fuck out. Now, I got something to be appreciative of at the house, so you want to go home and spend time with your family. Like you were telling me you were gone for a month before the cowboy fight.
For a month.
I would die.
Yeah. So long as you can.
I would win. I was thinking of going to New York before Nyack and going to a Knicks game. Then they lost to the Lakers at home. There's no reason. If the Lakers beat you at home on a Tuesday night, I can't watch it. So once that happened, I just made an excuse for myself. Said, fuck, I have to go to New York for a week now. I just fly in Wednesday and fucking do my show Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I can't do it no more, Jordan. I can't do it no more, though. I used to leave here in November and come back in April. And the whole time I'd be doing weekends everywhere all over the country, from Toronto to Buffalo to Miami for 2 weeks.
That's what makes me do. I hate travel. I can go to one place, stay in one place, but to bounce around like that, like 2 days here, 2 days here, 2 days here, that shit sucks. That's
They just threw like a tour at me, and it was like 3 weeks of 4 days in a row, like 3 weeks, and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you got to travel all fucking 4 days. I can't do it no more, dog. I can travel, get to my destination. The other thing is I'm lazy. I don't want to take apart my sleep apnea machine. That's a pain in the fucking ass, dog. Once that sleep apnea machine comes out of the bag, that's where it fucking stays. I don't want to fuck around and, you know, pack it up again and take it out the next day. You got enough of this bullshit.
You can't just get 2 of them, get one for the road.
Yeah, but even if you have one for the road, you still got to break it down every day. That's my point. I have to. I can leave them. There's one in the house. I'll like on the road. But you still got to dismantle it, put it in the bag. That shit burns me the fuck up. So let's get back to basics here. The last time you came on the show, I had kind of an accident that night. I ate one too many fucking stars, you know, and we went a little off course here, which I don't, sometimes it's fun. But, you know,
I had a blast.
Oh, no, I know. We had a blast that night. We giggled our asses off. But the whole thing was I had things I wanted to ask you and how you had come up with these things and stuff. The issue is A to Z. What made you raise your hand against Cowboy?
And I said it on your show. You remember?
What A to Z?
I said it on your show, so people know they're gonna call me a prophet if you tuned in to the last time I was here. I said just what I was gonna do in the show, and that's break his will and then break his face. And it sounds nasty, so that I'm still talking like that, but it's the truth. When it comes to fighting, I like to fight, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, so there's no coincidence about it. I'm gonna kick your ass on this certain date, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do it.
Now this was your, what number fight? 40. In the octagon.
I don't know the number.
You want to, what's your record then?
32-11.
Okay, 32-11. That's fucking, that's 43 goddamn fights. Not to mention the 82,000 you had from 5 to fucking 14.
Yes, sir.
I was watching some of those tapes last time.
You're good.
Jesus Christ. It's like, okay, you had a bar, somebody drops a drink on your shirt, you got a bit slap, you throw 2 punches, you go outside, you fight for a minute, the cops come, it's over. You had to walk to this kid's house. You walked through the door like Batman. You opened up the wooden gate and shit, you almost hit the chicken. There was a chicken in the yard and shit. I mean, what the fuck? Now I watched that show, the one that your boy did, the other director. Remember he did his fourth movie is about fighting. Yeah, the guy that did Miami, the fucking volcano, Billy Corbin. One of his movies was about fighting in the black neighborhood where they rope it up and shit.
Dogfight.
A dogfight. I watched that. It was interesting. But your fucking YouTube shit. It's like you're there. It's like you don't even need 3D glasses. You can hear the punches and shit. People talking Spanish. What were you thinking?
It's a fight. That's what I was thinking.
Were you getting paid for those?
I was betting. We were betting. You know, people were betting there too as well. Plenty of bets going on, and it's a way to make legal income.
So no tackling people. Just a knee, and once they go down, you can't arm bar.
Yeah. Once we got there, we agreed no ground and pound or nothing. So I get there and I'm warming up for him, and he tell me, hey, you can relax. He's gonna fight somebody else before you. I didn't understand why he would do it, but I was like, he can do whatever he wants, okay. So he fought some dude, he knocked him out like in 30 seconds, a minute, I forget the exact time. And I come out, and as soon as I'm coming out, everybody was just screaming that I was going to get knocked out. Very similar not to the Cowboy fight. Everybody was yelling, you're going to get killed. Look at this skinny little guy, he's going to get murdered. And I proved them wrong then, you know. So I like the hostile territory.
It's crazy because I thought about you before you came on the show the last time. And yeah, when I was a kid, I got the situations. I got hit with a lunchbox, but it was all while you were playing. And then, like, I remember I used to live on 205 West 88th Street. If you ever go to New York, it's a nice apartment building. That's where I grew up. When I came from Cuba, that was the second place we lived. But I got into a fight with Rudy the Haitian. Rudy the Haitian lived downstairs.
Rudy the Haitian son.
Rudy the Haitian and me were good friends. That every once in a while we just beat the fuck out of each other. But my mother could handle it. Rudy's father couldn't handle it. And I would tell Mr. Rudy, we're playing, basketball, and he called me a fucking spick. And I called him Rudy the Haitian, and all of a sudden we started smacking each other and shit. The next thing you know, one time his father took me and held my arms. And he told Rudy to hit him, and Rudy's like, no, Dad. And he's like, hit him, Rudy, or I'm not fucking throw you out. So Rudy smacked me, and he cracked my lip. And then Rudy's father asked me where I lived, and I said 3A, and he had me by the neck, and he knocked on the door. And my mother answered, and the kitchen was right behind the door. And the guy goes, if your son ever touches my son again, I'm going to come up here and beat him up, and I'm going to beat you up. And my mom goes, wait 1 second. And she turned around, and she took the biggest knife out of the rack, bro. And she chased him up the fucking steps, and then the lady and the cops came. And the lady next door came out, and she said she didn't see a knife. So the cops didn't arrest my mother. So fucking, the kid didn't see a knife. He told Rudy's father. That motherfucking dad ran up those stairs, bro. My mother was on him with La Bata Casa on. My mother wasn't even dressed, really. She was just fucking, it was like early in the morning.
That poor dude had no idea.
No idea. My mother, no. Don't even knock on that
ISIS door. Don't knock on the Cuban mom's door.
Fucking crazy. So, besides that, there was only one.
Shout out to Sam McClark.
I was gonna fight somebody.
And that's
2 o'clock we decided.
Jack
Dirty
Clark.
came over and he beat the fuck out of me. It was terrible. I couldn't handle it. My head almost blew up thinking about that. I had to fight somebody in an hour. That's why I admire you guys because, but then I've had fighters say to me, dog, he's public speaking. It's fucking terrible. I can't do it. I have a nervous breakdown. So it's kind of the same.
Like, it's not funny until it cuts to you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're great, man. You know, it's really nice to see. So I thought that Dana had made a statement about Cowboy about 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago.
That's hilarious.
He's great with Cowboy, but there's no one Cowboy's going to show up. I don't know who he
Oh, I got the hiccups.
They just looked, he was flat. Cowboy's a great fighter. Was it RDA that he just looked really flat? That's what Dana made the comment, So I'm thinking to myself, look at fucking George has got him down. He knew he won a couple fights in a row for this to do anything at fucking home. That's why I don't perform in Bananas. That's why I don't do that shit. I always perform in New York City where it's a hype for them. Or New Brunswick where it's a fucking hype for them. But to do something in my own backyard, I'll never do it. I did it one time. It's the biggest mistake of my life. I can't focus, man. I can't do crazy material because that's the girl I was in the 6th grade with. We sold Girl Scout cookies. I can't tell her I smoked crack and I was eating some fucking black chick's asshole. So I fall apart at the seams. So trust me, there's more stories to this shit. I just eliminated performing at home. That's it. I eliminated it in my backyard. No, bro, because it hurts too much on stage. I did it once in New York about 5 years ago. I played that thing. Bro, I bombed. I ate a box of dick on stage because I had kids in here from the 6th grade. I didn't really want them. I was a different kid in the 6th grade. I was Catholic. I didn't smoke pot. I wore Tom McCann shoes. You know what I'm saying? I played wiffle ball. I read comic books. Now they come to see me. I'm talking about eating 8 balls and fucking stabbing people and pedophiles. Kind of embarrassing. It was like.
I mean, have you thought about fighting in Miami? Do they have fights in Miami?
They haven't in a long time. They didn't do so well, I think, in the past. So they haven't been, I think, too inclined to come back. I was over not to fight in Miami because everybody went to school with the lunch lady, the hated you, she's calling me for tickets. It's crazy, you know?
I mean, maybe when the Man Show was on. Whenever you need the Man Show was on, 2004, 2003, I had to do a sketch for the Man Show, but they wanted to shoot it in Miami. So while we were in Miami, that's why they set it up that way, so Joe could do the UFC. It was fucking empty. But this was a whole different UFC. This was the guy from Hawaii, the fatter guy. I think the only guy in the stadium was Shaq. Like Shaq was like, he had like 6 rows to himself and shit. That's how fucking dead it was. But what you do, man, is tough for a fucking living. How old are you now, Jordan? 32. So you're a young man. You're in your fucking prime. You got another fucking 10 years left. If you want to bang it out, but realistically, like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying?
I got a good 5
Send this
minutes.
5 minutes.
I thank God for the reflexes I've
Well,
been
that's a great Joel. I think
so
she'll
I
love
got the
it.
best 5 years of my career.
I sent this
dropped.
one.
It's not like I haven't been dropped, but I've never been dropped in
I
a
can
fight
never get
twice
enough of
or taking sustained punishment around that. I got beat up round after round.
You haven't been knocked out in something like 9 years. Like knocked out or submitted, and it's crazy. Like you've lost some decisions, but I was looking at it. It was, I don't remember right now, but it was something crazy like 2009, 2005.
Them shits
It was
is
something
crazy.
weird like that. It was a while ago.
Them shits is crazy.
Whatever you fight, George, you feel yourself improving.
Damn, bitch.
It's not just with every fight,
That's
it's with
crazy.
the opponent, you know? It's like sometimes you're fighting certain dudes or weak sauce dudes,
No,
and you're
dog.
like,
Let's see
man,
that shit again. Oh
this
my
is not what I
god.
should be. You know, I try to rise to the challenge of fighting somebody, and I know this guy's good at certain something. I'm gonna turn it against him. I'm a cardio guy. I'm a wrestler, good wrestler. So that's why I am in my mind. I like to beat guys in their own craft. I knew I was gonna beat
Yo,
Cowboy
that was crazy.
with his own great weapons that he didn't use as a kid. I was able to use that kid against him because that's what I like to do in fights.
I call these bitches space lasers.
It's so wild how you have to push yourself in this life, and then
That was
because
crazy.
I don't get excited either anymore. Just doing something like when I went up to, we had figured out why I had so much anxiety that night in Uber, you know, because of those reasons. You want to rise to the occasion. So my adrenaline just gets me all fired the fuck up. And once I say 2 minutes of material, I'm normal. You know, my adrenaline gets so fired up, like so fucking wound up. And fighting, I think, like for me, I always had to get
Why
punched
would you
in the
put
face
that
one
there?
time. Once you get
Like,
punched in the
who's
face,
making
you
that
got
many
something.
fucking watch for
Now you know you got to punch from here.
Yo,
You ain't
dog,
gonna go
then
down.
just say
Now I
what
know
you
where I
files.
am. That was always my thing. You
Yo,
always gotta
dog.
get hit once or twice. That knocks you back
Yo,
into
dog.
fucking real film. And you're like,
Say
okay,
that.
now I know who I
Yeah,
am.
man.
Let me breathe a little bit.
Gets the blood pumping.
Oh,
Boom, 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 and then
I normally don't like to ask about current fights because people, but this was kind of a big fight. What have you ever had a fight similar to like Derek Brunson, Anderson Silva, where like you were just so in shock of seeing that person on the other, like it just seemed like Derek Brunson just couldn't believe for a few minutes that he was in the ring with Anderson. So like, have you had a situation similar to that?
the closest thing to it was when I fought Eve Edwards. I was very young in my career, and I looked up to Eve. I had seen a lot of his fights. He had a DVD going out of him knocking people's teeth out. It was crazy. I forgot the name of that DVD, but
That's
fought
kind of
against
funny.
Aaron
But
Rodgers
you just
twice.
so you know what else
And,
that's
I had seen a couple of his fights already, and I knew it was. So when I fought him, I was a little starstruck.
That
How's
is
it feel?
crazy.
First round's weird. You don't really want to hit him hard enough.
No. I was trying to get him since the start.
Okay, see, I would fucking fold, dog. Mentally, I would fold.
I'm
That-
type
that
of dude
bitch
that
ain't
I might
no
be
sense for
think
it,
you're a
dog.
stud and all, but I'm still
Crazy,
trying to take
crazy.
your head off. You know, I knew Eve was a beast, and I knew I couldn't respect him. Like, that's the type of guy you
Oh, it was
have to
the
not
bunk. Sharp
hit,
wife
man,
says
because
it's
he's
the
a
bunk.
killer, man. He was like one of the
Oh,
most
no, okay,
skilled
cool.
fighters I think I fight still to this day, you know.
Clearly not
The
a
hardest punch in all your fights that has
That
rattled
bitch
you. It's not
fucking
even about the hardest punch,
blows
it's
up.
when they get you with that punch.
Yeah, because I fought in some hard punches and never got a hit off of me, and then I fought in wrestlers that weren't known for hitting hard, and they got good shots in on me. Michael Chaser rolled my dog pretty good, you know. He dropped me pretty good in the first round. It was boom, and a lot of times it's like a light switch, and you're able to get right back on. Sometimes it takes a little longer to turn the light switch on, you know. With that one, I kind of felt it was a good shot, you know.
You just breathe through it.
You just keep moving, man. No matter what happens, you take it like a D. It's like doing a sprint. You prepare to do a really long sprint. You go and just go whatever you gotta do. Because if a guy hits you again, maybe you go to sleep. You know, so you gotta start wrestling either harder or throwing more punches. You gotta do something to get that guy to stop whatever he's doing. You know? That's like the sprint right there, the ill sprint. Like the cops are chasing for 10 blocks sprint.
You know what a punch that hard is to a comedian, like saying 10 jokes and nobody even fucking does nothing. That's what shock you go into. Like if I would do 5 minutes, you know, 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, if I would do 5 minutes and I wasn't getting no laughs, it's like getting a punch to the head because you gotta breathe heavy up there and fucking realize digging deep and see where this next joke's gonna come out. You gotta set a pattern now and slow down. It's so weird the importance of slowing down, like just going, okay, where the fuck am I at? Fuck these motherfuckers.
That's what I thought they
I'll
would
put my
do.
hands in my pocket, breathe a few times, and get this party started all over again. I see it all the time with fighters. They're the kings of that
Oh,
shit,
that
man.
one bitch.
You gotta be able to hit the reset button.
Trying to.
Because when I'm fighting, it's a voice in Spanish, always talking to me in my own head. Que viva! And then I could just fucking overdrive, and you get hit and you get hurt, and you're like, you hear that voice like, what the fuck this guy, I'm gonna fuck him up. You know, in Spanish, I hear that. And then I just go, bro. You know?
I feel that now, man, it's so weird when you watch a fighter for a few years, or a football player, or a boxer, and you see how all the pieces fall together. That's always great to look at a fighter's career or a musician and see when all the pieces are falling together. That's like what's going on with you right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's hands going on. You created a fucking storm with this shit. And it's always great to see what it takes, you know what I'm saying, to create that storm, you know. If you call somebody out, you gotta deliver the goods. You gotta deliver the goods. And that's
Better deliver the good.
you know,
And then look, can you explain this? Because when I hear that calling out, at first you might think that you think the other person's a bad fighter. Like you think you're gonna beat them, but it's not that strong. He's a bad, like he's not a bad fighter. He has some good skills. Or do you not even think? You just think they're terrible. Like, what do you think? Because to me, I would want to acknowledge how good the other person is because I don't want them to be like, oh well, he just beat Cerrone. So it's not just Cerrone. Like,
From what I heard from like several media sources, and I don't know if it was Joe Rogan or somebody said that the best cowboy they had seen was Cowboy right now at 170 pounds. He was knocking people out, and he was taking people down, and he was riding them out. I knew that fight for me would be easy, and I knew he had a high ranking. You know, that's why I say easy. Not just because the fight will be easy, but this journey is easy money. It's easy money campaign, but I knew that fight was going to be extra easy, man.
yeah, but it's easy money campaign. I keep seeing you tagging them.
I can't. The game Joey knows is better than me is to be sold, not told. So I can't give it out like that. When you turn the cameras off, I can tell Joey in person, but I can't tell everybody.
it's crazy how strategic you have to be in this business, especially in the UFC. You know, like I've said 1,000 times, the longevity of a running back is 3 fucking years. You know, we saw Barry Sanders and we saw the dude from Dallas, but in reality, those guys come and fucking go. We just don't see it. Some of them get drafted high, go 3 years. You know,
Joey.
in the UFC, you have a window.
You got it.
And the formula is 3 fights. You know, you win all 3 of those first 3 fights. And then you start calling out motherfuckers, and you just keep climbing little by little, you know. You look at the guy, you don't go from number 19 to number 1 and call that, do that. You look at number 13. Now you want to be number 13 for a few months. And then it's so strategic. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be number
I'm
like number 1,000.
Somebody breaks their hand,
million,
and there you are with
but
a
I'm
big
gonna be number
fucking
one.
bucket full of yum-yums.
Number 1
And
contender.
all you do, there you are. It's that fucking easy, the journey, you know? You never know. Oh, for sure, you never know. But you just gotta keep plugging the fuck away.
Oh yeah, I'm training nonstop. You know.
The UFC is kind of interesting though because in other sports it's easily determined who's going to go to the playoffs, but in the UFC, at that level, there's some people who you think are going to get the next shot, but it's never really. There's no real definite title shot usually. Maybe now with the interim titles there are, but with the is that frustrating as a fighter? Like, do you feel like you should have gotten a title shot? Or?
I think a lot of the media outlets are like fake news, much like our
Hey, drag queen story time.
say there's
You're a
fake
brony.
news.
All
I think
children
there's a
and
lot more
caregivers
fake news in MMA.
are invited to join.
Well, you know, they got these
Story.
bonus rankings a lot of times. Like, I don't know who the fuck to be doing the rankings, you know, when they do it. But it's crazy. I think a lot of it is a popularity contest nowadays.
Well, no. Let's pretend this is 155. And you got RDA, you got Khabib, and you got Tony Ferguson, and you got the King of Swing. And you got 4 guys. And you 3 guys are going back and forth wrestling and beating each other up to determine who's going to get the Irish kid, right? But guess what? The last 2 fights on the prelims, I knocked the motherfucker out in the first round. And I mean, one time the mouthpiece went out of the fucking thing. And guess what? The last time they put me on number 3 on the card, I won by a fucking knockout and a kick to the head. And I call out Conor McGregor. You know what? I just came off 3 dramatic fucking wins.
Yeah.
Fuck you 3 dudes. You know, that's what it's entirely possible. You know, he's rising quick, and they decide that's the money fight. You don't know right now who's the real money fight. You know, there's 20 money fights right now. Yeah, there's 20 fucking money fights. Now what you got in the UFC is that. Guess what, man?
Anybody knows? These motherfuckers. Do you think they're fighting?
Sponsorship money. I'm in that fucking realm. Guess what? I want a money fight. If I win fights, I got nothing wrong by me asking for a money fight. Put me in the ring with one of these guys. Let me get $500,000 or $750,000 fucking dollars. I need that. I just fought 7 times for the small fucking 30 G's or the small 50 G's while everybody's getting fat and flying to fucking Hawaii and smoking. You know what I'm saying? You look at the gates, you look at different fucking things.
I'm the
So I
best
get
fighter
that.
ever.
I did it for years. You know what they pay at the
Sucks.
Comedy Store in
Everyone
Sunset?
hates it.
$15. $15. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, $15. If you do the main room, you get 70% split by 22 people.
Everyone hates it.
But during the week, you get $15. Am I frustrated? No. It got me to where I am today. Those 6 fights you had at the short 20 G's, while everybody else was getting 200,000. What are you gonna fucking do? But guess what? I fought my 6 fights at 20 G's. I got the fight of the night bonus 3 times. I got the taste of blood. Let me get a fucking one of those 1 million things too. Let me get some security for my family. What happens if I get kicked in the head and I don't know how to fucking spell Washington? You know what I'm saying? I forget how to spell Washington. How am I gonna get a fucking job when I'm 40? You gotta give me a little something. You know what I'm saying? A little something. 2 or 3 of those fights in a row. You know, Michael Bisping's looking for it. You know, a bunch of those guys are waiting for it.
Oh.
I know the fight is Michael Bisping against Yoel Romero on paper. But you know what? Michael Bisping's been there for 20 years. He's been in the UFC for a long time.
Oh.
He's got a knockout that's on every knockout reel in America.
$55 million.
Dan Henderson, his fucking eye, boy, he lost a fucking eye in this sport. You know what, bro? He's got 2 kids. Let him get a money fight against
That's a really
GSP or
good
something like
chart.
that. One time, you all ain't going nowhere. You all ain't going nowhere. You always getting stronger and bigger every day. You always going the other direction. When you get to be 38, you can't see. Your dick starts fucking around. Your piss smells funny.
But Joel's up there too. He's like 38.
He's like 38. But you always got 2, 3 more years. You know what I'm saying? But these guys all, they're kind of entitled to it. I can't see me going into the UFC tomorrow
Everyone
winning 2
is
fights and
thinking.
saying, I want $1 million.
They won't let me be
I
on
can't give
this
it to you.
thing.
You won 2 fights,
So
kid.
fuck yourself.
Let me see 16, 18 fights. Oh no, please. Chris Weidman still hears fucking noises. He can't hear Nunchucks no more, Chris Weidman. That's the loudest crack I ever heard in my fucking life. He can't even be in the room with his wife making breakfast in the morning, Chris Weidman.
This
What
thing
about
is
George
flooding.
Kennedy, who fought last night, still does the FAA job. They said he did his 10-hour shifts.
Yeah, I read.
He just fought on the pay-per-view last night.
Yeah, he has a federal job.
And he's just like, I'm not giving it up.
Well, that's his insurance. That's probably his family's insurance. I don't know what the situation is. But, you know,
That's
listen,
tough.
everybody wants a money fight. You know why everybody wants to fight Conor McGregor? Fucking Anderson Silva wants to fight Conor McGregor. I heard fucking Sugar Ray Leonard wants to fight. You know, everybody wants to fight Sugar. Everybody wants to make $20 million. You know what I'm saying? But there's not a lot of those fights. But everybody wants one of them. And right now, you go to the UFC, you paid your dues.
Oh, the dudes been paid.
The dues have been paid.
I've been paid
From the fucking backyard to the
from the backyard to now. Them dudes been paid outside the UFC. That's what I mean. Like a lot of dudes get to skip lines and privileges because they won the Ultimate Fighter or they got a big fan base coming in. You see them getting put on big cards, getting pushed, and that's the shit that I'm like. That's cool, you know. But when it comes to the ranking, it's based at
the rank.
fighting on a budget. You know, on who's beating who's up. You know,
So shouldn't be fair.
promote whoever we want to promote. I just want to fight the best in the world, and it took a bit long for me to get this number on my name, and I didn't get good overnight. I think it's just I haven't been able to start the matchup. You know,
West side, cuz.
Or do you have when you sign a contract? I don't think the average fan, and if you can't talk about it, that's fine. I'm not asking you to tell you a specific contract. But can you say, I want this specific, I want more for a fight, or do you walk in how much you're getting paid for a fight for 10 fights? I don't know. Okay, fair enough.
Your Honor.
It's a beautiful fucking thing. You know what's the best? I get pissed sometimes now. I get
West
pissed
side.
when I go to a club now sometimes. And they pay me on a percentage. And I look at the check, and I look at that same owner who told me 20 years ago after I did the longest yard, that all he could pay me is $800 for the week.
Yo.
And I want to fucking punch the fuck out of him. But at the same time, they gave me an opportunity to improve. And guess what? I beat the odds and I get him now. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I understand the fight game. I understand what happened. I mean, do I support them now? I like the fighters to make money. They get punched in the fucking head. This isn't a fucking job where you go in and staple papers and go home at the end of the day. You know, something might happen. It's hard work, man. Like 6 fucking days a week, and you're sore, and you're eating Advils. What do you think happens to your liver when you're fucking 60 and shit? It's a tough fucking life, man. Everybody wants to get paid, but I don't think at times people don't understand the commitment they have to do to be paid. You know, I got it. I had it over the fucking years. Listen, I lived until fucking 6 years ago. I paid $600 for renting Hollywood in a studio with my wife. You know what I'm saying? But you stick with this shit long enough. And the whole time I was making money all those years, I was just snorting it. I was snorting it and smoking fucking dope and eating like an animal. So you don't do fucking dick. But and so everybody gets into stuff for money. When I got into comedy, I didn't get into comedy for money, bro. Not at all. I never thought about comedy. I never thought about money in comedy. When I would call you and you'd say my club pays $50, I would take it. For me, I know how to pay my dues. I always fucking knew that. Then one day you wake up and you go, you know what, I'm gonna pay my fucking dues. I ain't doing that shit no more. And you make a conscious decision not to do it. And that's when the door opens up for you. It's the people who say, I'm not gonna do it no more, and they keep doing it. And they realize one day, fuck, nobody's paying you because you haven't made the decision. After the strike in this town, the movie business dried up. Bro, I was submitting myself 20 times a year for movies, plus my agent was submitting. I was working all the fucking time, and there was a strike in town, and everything disappeared. So people started contacting me for these free movies. You know, you gotta bring your own clothes, or $100 a day. That's the big one this time. $100 a day. So that, and you don't know it. You book the movie, but it's a night shoot because they can't afford to pay for locations. So everything's a night shoot in a rush. You gotta go to a strip club and shoot at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I do like 4 of those things. And I said, well, you know what, I'm not doing this no more. And I kept getting calls. I refused to do those fucking things. And one day I got work match. Did they pay me? But at least I got a big time fucking movie. I'm not wasting my goddamn time. It's not till I made a conscious decision that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a comic, there was a lady who didn't fucking like me when I first started. For me to get back in her, I was doing her rooms for free. I would call up the day of the year and go, I'm gonna go down there and do a guest spot. Because I knew that it was just making me stronger. That she was a piece of shit anyway, and I was gonna show her. I was better than fucking she was. And the club owners would ask, how come you don't book him? And she would tell them some story, oh, he does drugs, I don't want to book him, whatever fucking story. She's dead. I'm still fucking alive and ticking like a bad motherfucker that I am.
This is funny.
All the story is, it's like when a fighter, when you're home, and you see a fight, you get up and go, I just want to fight, I don't care what they pay. You're like, you motherfucker. It's the same thing with comedians. That's why when I first got to the store, when Dad made that remark, I said, the place is packed. They only give you $15 fucking dollars. And one of the men said, you don't want to bring your dick and name off the fucking list. I'll put a fucking map out there. And I'll do a sign-up list for you 1 o'clock in the morning. 70 people sign up. You don't know how lucky you are. But you always want to get what you deserve also, you know. But for a while, you get a couple dicks in the ass, and that's the way the fucking ball bounces. Even Mike Tyson got fucked in the ass, you know what I'm saying? Even Mike Tyson. Somewhere along, motherfucker, you know? All day. What's up, Lisa? How you feeling?
I'm feeling better than the last week, which was fun though. But I'm feeling good, man. I won on the Anderson Silva bet. I had a good night last night.
You went play blackjack Friday night?
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, I thought this.
How'd you get rid of the white that night? What did you do on Friday night? How'd you get rid of her?
She went to spend some time with her cousin. They watched some thing. I'm never gonna get cable because that means I don't have to watch the reality TV. She goes to her mom's house to watch reality TV.
Perfect.
So I'm just never gonna get cable.
I forgot on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean that's all I watch anyway.
That program.
Yeah, and it's so sad. I don't watch Sports Center at all anymore. But I had so much fun. I really think, and that's some just I really think it'd be a great, like almost like a cheer show, but just in a casino. I think casinos, I love it. I don't know.
This casino you go to tour.
Yeah, this is what they've always been very nice to me there. It's just the opposite of Vegas.
How big is it?
It's like in between a car dealership and an RV dealership. It's probably the size of like a big warehouse or a restaurant.
What did you say?
They have mostly poker tables, but they have baccarat and like 2 or 3 blackjack tables in the back. Yeah, so far an hour. And the reason why I like it is they don't do collection because for whatever reason in California you have to pay $1 per 100.
I don't
if you spend 100, you have to pay $1 to play your hand in blackjack. In this one, they have a company that pays for you.
So why don't you go down here to these places 20 minutes away, downtown where I used to go gamble with those guys?
I don't go anywhere too point. I don't like there's commerce, but they have the
I mean,
collection.
that's cool. That's your thing.
How the park has the collection. I've never been to Morongo or something like that, but I can't. I've been to Commerce a few times. So Commerce was kind of scary. I did Commerce when I first moved. I wasn't even living here yet. I was here like 21.
You walk in the Commerce, you know the Yakuza is in there. So there's the fucking Ming Dynasty. So there's a bunch of Filipinos. Any day that thing is about to go off. A few Mexicans. Every time you go in there, you won't look around. You're like, Wild West, we did comedy there. They did comedy there. I used to go in there every Thursday. They gave me like $50. You went to a little diner, and then they gave you a free meal. I fucking love paying every Thursday, bro. It's the same shit.
I never ate there. I did that for the first time in what is it called? In Ventura, but Commerce was kind of the first time I ever played blackjack was in Commerce, and I had this lady yell at
That's a
me. She
dragon
was like
wagon.
3 hands of $100 a hand. She
Yeah.
was professional.
Was she Asian?
No, she was black. She was black women don't mess around either. Asian women are kind of quiet. They'll be quiet, maybe, but black women will yell at you at people. How is this one?
You gamble, Jordan?
A shit ton, yes.
What do you gamble?
George, A-cabs.
Okay. See,
Old face, young cop.
Casinos, yeah.
A-cab.
Miami.
All over South Florida.
Yeah, but
How
sure.
big are they compared to
I'm
this? How
like, yeah,
fucking
but
retarded I am.
They're big.
I don't know anything about this.
It's a hard rock on
What was I saying? I know about the Magic City Casino, but I thought that was just nice.
No, dog, it is.
No, we got Magic City, we got Miccosukee, we got Hialeah, the Hard Rock, Coconut Creek, the Isles Casino. I know Marcus went to Japan. So, yeah.
What type of cards do you play?
My
What
dad
type
used
of
to park in
fucking
fire
blackjack?
lanes all the time and just leave me in the car.
how long did it take you to learn poker? Because that's one that everyone says that's long.
I started playing when I was like 15. House games all the way up till I was like 22, 23, and from 23 till now I've been to the casinos. Or no, like as soon as I was 19, I started going to the casinos. But not regularly.
How great is it when you win? How great is
It's
that feeling?
awesome. It's awesome. I've made good money in poker in Vegas and tournaments in Florida. So it's been
You're a judgment guy also.
I play tournaments. I used to do them a lot more. I don't have time with the kids. It's a 2 or 3 day tournament. I can't afford to be that many days, you know. So I mainly play cash now.
Now,
Yo, dog,
you
that's cool.
stay there the whole time, go sleep.
No, they go home.
Try to be
It's
alive.
like 8 hours, some of them. It depends. A 1 day tournament could last 8 hours, 10 hours, 4 hours. It's just like a quicker format.
When I was a kid, I lived on this block. My mother died before my mother died. I was going to give her a terrace, but I used to Benders lived on 39th Street, whatever the fuck in that
Fuck
street.
yeah, lady.
There were, 6 families that got together every Friday
That
night. They would cook for the weekend for the kids. They'd leave money out for the kids. These motherfuckers would play cards from Friday night straight till Sunday morning, bro. No drugs.
Holy shit.
No drugs. Coffee, cooking, food. Coffee. You lay down for an hour and get up and play fucking poker. If you lose it, you stay up the whole time.
I like when they play automatic round, like on 14 fucking links.
I know to play blackjack,
Dominoes? How about dominoes?
What are they doing with this point?
I was more when I was a kid. I played at the house. They played at the bar. But it wasn't like something that I wanted. That more like I locked up. I played with some of the black dudes from
No,
time
dog,
to time. I didn't know how to gamble other than nothing. I don't know nothing about it.
That's my second sport, dominoes.
More than the poker.
Stop kidding.
Everyone shoots. I got like a domino partner, which is my brother. He's not around now. We don't play that much today. We can play with a team and you really know how to make the money. You know? Oh man, everybody plays domino. In the house, you go to domino party. But those are like the OG dudes in the city. It's just old Cuban men that are happy. You don't put your money up against those guys. That's next level shit. But like at a family party or something, I'm the chance. Well, it'll be like Joe was just saying. We'll go to like a cookout on Friday, have them in family and friends. Everybody will hit $20 and have like 25 people that'll do that when it is off. Or second place gets in money back when it takes it like, okay.
That's that. I think we're putting like $1,000 a game.
So if you want, you can. If you go get it that seriously, you can find them put $1,000 up and down.
Yeah. You know, it's so weird, like high school gambling. But I took a beat. I just never had no interest in gambling. I worked too hard to get my money from a fucking bookie. Fuck that shit. They used to break my heart when I had to meet that motherfucker up there. Just $200 fucking. He used to kill me inside. Kill me. So I said, fuck it, I just won't gamble. I can't have it. Don't steal it and sell it. I'll give you whatever you
Those
want.
things in the thing that they think they can get in your car.
Shit, I can't. Is that the most fucked up shit? That's the most fucked up shit. If I was selling coke, oh yeah, if I was robbing houses, still robbing drugs, oh, I'm gambling that money away. I'm at the Super Bowl next year. I'm one of those assholes. But if I gotta get up and work with shit, I ain't gambling my fucking money back. It's like my good, I'm getting my weed since you
I say for bank account, I'm saving. I would like to just have a little thing I can draw from. So I don't go crazy. Fucking move my apartment early.
should have a gambling bank account.
Yeah, I'm not flying from a brain saving. I'm saving up so I can do another one of those like big at the end of the year mega strips. And I would just like to go and be able to sit down at the $25 table and like pay him like $500 and I'm like not worried about it.
I'm gonna come home after the first discount. We taps out drugs.
That bitch.
This guy gets there at 7. Like, we got a room for 2 days. Like, bro, he's driving back. They broke him.
That happened twice.
They broke him. They just broke him. They broke his will. He was back twice, yeah. We gotta milk it slow. You gotta get it
Right.
Once you practice it, you just see those which a week. But then Thursday nights when I'm done and play cards and fucking go into whatever. But John, whatever the fucking name it is.
Play it.
Yeah, just tell them I'm playing cards. Every man has a card night. It's true. Every man has a card night. You want to be good at cards when you can't show up in Vegas once every 6 months. And play fucking cards. This is the 8th discussion we've had about you like your hands.
That's just in the culture, you know, you gotta like.
No, I love it. I was thinking
That's in the mandatory standard contract. You got like 2 nights a week that's just minimum starting rights. Just
That's the thing. You want to play cards. You gotta go somewhere on Thursday. You play blackjack and go to work. So, Thursday night, I'm out of town. You leave at 5. You have a nice dinner by yourself. You bring a couple of stars. You get a small table. You learn everything in his hands. You know, after 5 hours, that's like me going to jiu-jitsu once a month. Getting tapped out and not coming back from like, you're not gonna learn nothing. If you don't know how to play cards, that's why you lose all the time, because you're rusty.
No, you're right.
Because I make mistakes. I always have. There's always like one hand that I mess up on.
Pick the fucking night.
Yeah.
Every week, one of those, we can get those consulting things.
Yeah.
That goes to you. Get your damn money. What money in the bank like a half a bag? What happens if the ISIS comes tomorrow? What good is that gambling fund gonna do for you? Nothing. That gambling fund ain't gonna do nothing. And you might go to those weird places. Like Korean Tag, you get shot down there one day. So why you put money away for? Take that money every week to consulting money and take 2 consultants and go up to this is your money that nobody knows about and nobody should know about. Applies to it on the podcast. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like an asshole rat to land. This is if you want to play, this is the problem. You want to play, we have this discussion. You go, you get yourself a cheap hotel.
Yeah.
You know, and then you come back. The time I stayed twice, you just
The only time I won.
I'm surprised Anderson Silva was just like when I thought about you better.
Well,
As soon as I saw that, I go, full fucking Anderson Silva. He's going down. This is that. But you're good at sports. But if you practice
Why
one
is
about
it
it, you practice this blackjack once a week.
Yeah, maybe I get better.
You get better. You get a consultant nobody knows about. You take 2 of them. You hop in your car at 5 before the traffic hits. You go up there, get a nice steak like a doctor. And you play some blackjack. You do some coffee. You discover it.
Yeah, no, that's what it's on.
They got a hotel up there?
They have like a motel. But it's not literally an hour. It's literally an hour.
No, I'm just saying for that reason. I'm saying if you want to go outside and take a nap, maybe pull your dick and take a shower and go back downstairs and get more money.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, no, I totally would.
Yeah, but for $69, if you want 1,000, $69 ain't gonna put a dent in your fucking Gino. You bring a little suitcase here, you get to the hotel next door, you wash your pussy, you wash an episode of fucking Law and Order, you scrape your asshole, you take that after money, put it away, you take the other half up downstairs. And now you're ready for round 2. You gotta take a nap when you can.
Well,
how do you win at fucking the one-armed bandit?
I don't know what that is.
The one-armed bandit, the fucking slot machine. How do you win at the slot machine?
Play? I don't know.
You have to sit there.
Okay.
The people who win the big fucking money,
Yo,
they
dog.
sit there. And they pull a fucking George Montalban, they count the odds, they go against the odds. They put quarters in for an hour, then they throw 3 quarters into fucking 20 minutes, and they throw 3 quarters, then they just throw quarters in there. The whole time they get the wheel of fortune, and then look at that motherfucker's titties, and you're sucking the titties, and you're finger banging it. And all of a sudden, wheel, fortune, you be there for 6 fucking hours. That machine's as warm as it's gonna be. And eventually it's gonna spit out a fucking golden retriever here. Bam, you get your 50 G's to go to your room. Nobody sticks around long enough with the slot machine because they lose their money all in one fucking shot.
Well, the casinos, all the people who stay all there are the older women and men
Because they bang it out.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guarantee you, if they go to Vegas 10 times a year, they make money 7 times. Guaranteed. They got 3 weekends, they lose what, maybe 200-300? How much can they possibly save up to get a check on the first?
right. And I don't know. I know I'm not supposed to like it losing money, but I'm a shy person. I love the whole part of game. I love everything about it. I love being at the table and high-fiving. I love telling people good luck. When you wish good luck, when you have hoping for a blackjack, you get the table. I get crazy. I like it. It's a whole atmosphere that is it's like a little party. It's when you get going late at night with a blackjack table, there's nothing more fun. When everyone at the table's winning, when the dealer's rooting for a bust and then you bust, and then especially if you're at like one of the weird, one of the casinos that has a bust side bet where you can bet that the dealer's gonna bust, and like so if you have like a 7, I was at a table at Ventura and this happened because I don't make that bet because it scares me. These people made like a $50 bet, had like a 7-card bust, which paid something crazy like 18 to 1, 8 to 1. They got that $450 just off of that person busting. They were high-fiving, buying drinks, tipping people. There's nothing more fun to me. I don't know if it was
Splurging at the table, buying drinks for everybody.
and in Vegas, Vegas is fun because the dealers will help you a little bit. These dealers are a little bit more so. There was I had to leave. I left because there was almost a fight at the table. And not a fight, but the dealer just was kind of almost yelling at one of the people. He just wouldn't. It was an asshole. He said, "I wish the other dealer was over here," and the dealer just wouldn't. He was like, "Why are you saying that to me? I'm right here." And the kid just wasn't. He didn't expect to get talked back to. And I like that stuff too.
Very nice. I'm happy you like that stuff. You like all jumping up and down and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta get yourself some big fucking blackjack and put those titties in your face. While you're blackjack, and you always leave that out, fuck off.
I don't have that like
What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, it's fun. Oh,
These I gotta deal with.
That is crazy. He didn't say I like winning money because I'm in town. I'm fucking.
see, that's the problem.
I'm the complete opposite. I don't want to. I hate when somebody recognizes me and just starts talking. I'm like, oh,
Absolutely, dude. You're here first, kid. Absolutely, dude.
Well, that might get weird. Just because I'm really dead.
No, they call me just the South Point. I saw people walking in the South Point.
This guy's a dude. But you're still a shine on it, fucking loser.
But see, my issue is I'll be up, and then I won't leave, and I lose all my money.
that's everybody's issue. That's not just you.
And don't feel bad. I fucking did what you did. I got yelled at. 1995 in the garage. I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh yeah, it's a
Couple bumps and then I walked up to that blackjack table. Just to start, it was like a $10 table. Every year I worked for a guy that would take me to Vegas in February as part of his package. And it was I worked for a gambling service. So he was good friends with Fred Wynn, whatever Wynn the guy was that. The guy would put us up in the garage and then we'd have dinner up in Wynn's office. It wasn't bad. He went for 3 days. He gave you an allowance, which I didn't get. I just knew how to cook with it. You know, that's the only time I went to a strip club in Vegas. I've not been to a strip club since 1995. 14 of us walked.
That is discipline, my brother.
I just didn't have use for it.
That's discipline.
I didn't have use for it. I want to suck your pussy, suck your titties and finger you. I don't want to sit there and throw dollars on you like half a bag.
$1 a week.
Miami. They go to Miami to do that.
Oh yeah, Miami, they're disgusting. I don't understand that.
It's crazy. It's different how like other
It's
states
crazy.
are.
See, when I was younger, strip clubs. I'm not saying I want to put my penis in here. I want to grab your titties. I'm like, I got a couple of drinks in me. Show me that monkey. You know what I'm saying? Bend over, do something. Speak to me.
I understand why they did it. The dog ran after him.
So I didn't want to. I didn't really. That was it. 95 for me.
That's the Shaolin look like this.
It was creepy. There was a ton of guys, you know, like there was just too many guys. And the fucked up thing, it was, listen, when you walk into a strip club as a man, did you go on the week? No, I went during the week and it was fucking packed. This is 1995 in the sports betting markets. You know, 6 of us were crazy. We had a package maybe. I had weed in the room. You know, you didn't have to do shit with them all day, but the guy knew I was a little crazy, and I made him feel better if I tagged along with him. So I went to the strip club, and you know that. I used to go to the strip club when I was younger in Jersey, where chicks used to sell a bottle. And then when I was a comedian, when I first started doing comedy, I went to a strip club in Toronto. That wasn't bad. But besides that, they never really tickled my fantasy. Like I had to go down there and have a good time. And that time in Vegas, I sat there for a little while, and I got a lap dance, and nothing happened. They wouldn't even let me touch their tits or whatever, you know. And I was like, why am I sitting here? I'm a grown fucking man, you know. And
This is bullshit.
this is one of those big clubs where, you know, you're supposed to go have a good time. And I know I'm rapping a little bit, but it was funny because I sat at the table with a bunch of dudes. And the girl was dancing. First of all, never forget she had a white head on her ass, and it kept driving me crazy. Like, how do you go to work with a white head on your ass? But that's not the issue here, right? We're sitting there, and something happened when the girl bent over, and I made a noise. Like, yeah, something like a Cuban would do, you know what I'm saying? Got me God. And she fucking got insulted. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say nothing bad. I said, like, Jesus. I said, what, like that? And she came over, and she's like, that's unpolite. Fuck, okay. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing in here? So I've never really been to a strip club in Vegas, nor do I want to go. On top of that, there was a bunch of dudes, and half of them were dressed up like they were going on a date. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, they were dressed up like that. This is real. This was real for them. And I'm like, I can't be in here, dog. I can't do it. So I just don't go. And listen, different strokes for different folks. If you look at me, you think I like dirty hookers and strip club. Not at all. I've never, at the comedy store, I've never been to Crazy Girls or the other. I went outside Crazy Girls to buy coke. My Armenian dealer used to meet me over there Saturday nights, but I never went in Crazy Girls. Just not my cup of tea. Can you believe that, bro?
I don't blame you.
I'm a horny dude. I got desires. We all got motherfucking desires. Where's Tony Bennett, G? I want to give some shout outs here to my man Justin Curlett, Jalal Salam, James Edward Trules, Sleeve Choke, BJJ, my man D in Colorado, Darvin McGinnis, Devon Holmes, Walter White, and Ryan Slim. I don't know what the fuck. I love you cocksuckers. Thank you for being the bad motherfuckers and always supporting us here. What's going on, G Money? You plugging in phones, you sending Morse codes. What the fuck is going on here tonight? I gotta ask you some questions. See, your children know what you do.
My children love what I do.
They watch you fight.
They love it. They watch. My 2-year-old watches.
The 2-year-old.
Yeah. He watches. Bobby, while the TV playing. He goes nuts. He goes on the screen.
And you put the videos out of them and everything.
Yeah, they watch it live.
They come watch you train.
Oh yeah.
Fucking tremendous. Fucking tremendous.
They know what I do.
I couldn't imagine. It was my when I was watching that fight. I'm watching it. And it's funny because, I'm a fan of the sport. And I'm a fan of people. It's till I meet you. Then it's a different game. If I meet a fighter and I kind of like him, I don't want to see him fight no more. I get all guilty and shit. Like, I don't want to watch him fight. I'll check and see who won later on. I was thinking about that when you were fighting Cowboy. I'm like, I really don't want to see this shit, but I go in there and I do want to see this shit. Before I could think and turn it off, the fight was over. So it was freaking beautiful. Yeah, once I fall in love with something, I'm like, I really don't want to see him fight though.
Yeah. When there's somebody closest,
yeah, it kind of bothers
I
me.
get more nervous with my friends, my teammates, fighting me than myself,
Me too. It's kind of weird.
It's out of your hands, so it's like, it's different.
Like I would go to Anderson Silva fights, so I started talking to him one day with that Suarez. And this how nice he was. Then when I would see him, we chit chat. One day I said, I told her, I'm like, no more Anderson Silva fights. Like, what? I like him too much, though. I like him too much. I don't want to see him fight.
He's a beast, man. Still doing what he's doing at this age. 42.
Is he 42?
I think, right? 42, 41.
I thought he was 39.
He's been on top for so long. Even before the UFC,
If you had that situation, would you still fight? Well, he pulled this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many fights he's got left in the contract. Maybe 2 more. Maybe a couple more.
He's 41.
He's 40.
He turned 42. Had so many wars, so many great fights. And he was on top of the world before the UFC. He was kicking ass in judo. He's one of the greatest, I think, in the sport.
He's the one that made me watch the UFC again. Like I watched the Forrest Griffin thing, and that was great. But when I saw Anderson Silva beat up 11, that was it. I was sold. I became a real fan, and I watched all his fights.
The precision,
just the whole thing.
instincts.
That fucking Vito Belfort, that Steven Seagal show. Where the fuck is Steven Seagal? He's
He's Russia, man. He's in Russia.
Is he?
I saw that he was like a Russian citizen now. Yeah.
So he's the only one that left after Trump got elected.
No, I don't think he had nothing to do with it.
Okay. I thought he was the only one that left.
No, I think
if out of all the people who talk shit, he's the only one that left, you motherfuckers should all be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, he was doing something, Steven Seagal. He was at all the fucking UFCs for a while.
he had like a big sponsorship in Russia. He became like a first dual citizenship, something. I read something, then I forgot it because I get punched in the head too much. But I saw some of that nature,
He's still making movies. I know that.
If you look at his IMDb, he's made 100 movies that you never even heard of because he probably just does foreign distribution. They don't even put him on. He makes so many movies, they don't even put him on. They matched him with everybody. DMX, BMX, JJ McClan, they've hooked him up, Tom Arnold. They've had him with everybody except the fucking dead people. Like, they've hooked him up with everybody at this point. I IMDb'd him about a year ago. He's made so many fucking movies. I don't think he's making any money. I think, like, he probably had, like, a tax lien or something. He did something. He beat up Killer LeBron. He did something, that fucking dude.
He has 55 actor credits and 49 producer credits. Yeah.
That means they give him the producer because they can't pay him enough. Listen, Steve, you're not selling tickets.
He has 3 movies that have been either announced, completed, or in pre-production.
4.
Hey, dog, he works a lot more than me. I ain't goofing on him. I'm just saying that after a while, like Dean Cain, those type of guys, nobody's watching movies for them no more. They still work all the time, but the only way they can really make money what SAG will do is say, okay, so it's $100 a day movie. We're gonna give you $200 a day, $250. That's the most we can give you for those. But we'll make you produce it. If the movie makes any money, you get a little fucking back end. So that's smart. Like I was doing those Dean Kane ones. Those $100 a day movies for fucking the Disney Channel, dog. But after the first one, then they had to pay us. They were still $100 a day, but they would give us bonus money at the end of the shooting under the table. Like that's an envelope nobody fucking saw. Tremendous. No commission, no nothing. Nobody saw nothing. Every year they gave you a raise. It was tremendous. They haven't called in 2 years, so I guess that's the end of my fucking dog saving career. You know, the dog that saved Easter, the dog that saved Christmas Day. It was an education doing those, bro. To do 6 fucking movies like that with a fucking animal, you have no idea, dog. You have no idea what it is to shoot a fucking movie with an animal and what a mistake it is until you're fucking doing it. And the dog ain't paying attention because it was a big movie. So they couldn't get smart animals. They got their stupid animals that they were just taking like a gamble with. Like, let's see if Tiffy will work today. You know what I'm saying?
It was like one of the producers.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. If you watch those movies, you can hear like we had. What's the chick that caused a bunch of trouble at something on tape? Paris, she was the voice of Chihuahua one year. I mean, it was fucking god awful. But I tell you what, it was an education. They called me when they made me audition. I auditioned. I got the role. The first movie we shot up here, and if you watch the movie, in the first few days, it was like 6 days to shoot the movie where you shot all day. The last day they did a scene where the dog attacks us and the chandelier falls on us. And it's me and Dean Kane, and then you get cut. And he's getting off on top of me, and all of a sudden I fucking fart right in his face. It's on the fucking movie if you watch the outtakes at the end. So they called me back for the second one. I'll tell you what, all those movies, it was an education, like I said, and I'm really proud that they use me, and I see them all the time. They don't pay me no residuals. They're fucking thieves. A couple people took them to court already, because every once in a while I get a check, and I got a letter with it saying that, you know, these are back residuals you got owed. Everybody sued the fucking company. They don't want to pay residuals. What a fucked up career it is to be in Hollywood. They don't want to pay you fucking residuals. You know how many snowballs I jumped off of? The one movie we shot in Colorado. How many fucking times I fell in the snow? Those were real falls. I was my own stunt man. There was no stunt double. And another fucking day. We think there's another me out there. There's no fucking other me out there. Fucking, I was my own stunt double for $100 a day. Then they called me like for the fourth one. I just had knee surgery. I told them, I said, listen, I'll do it, but there ain't no jumping off buildings. There ain't no crazy shit. There ain't no running. First day I get to these motherfuckers, like, you gotta run up the hill. Like, what did I fucking tell you on the phone? That I ain't running up no fucking hills. You better put me on roller skates and pull me with your teeth, bitch. By the end of the movie, I tormented him so much he just quit. He never directed one of those dog movies again. His name was Mike Pfeiffer. He's like a born-again Christian. I got out of the movie business. He was terrible.
Changed his life that bad that he got out of movies and then born-again Christian.
Oh, please. Well, he was always like a half a born-again Christian. He was always like a half a fan.
But you retired him like from the movie circle?
You know what? I haven't seen him, but he hasn't directed those movies anymore. He hasn't directed them since that time. I told him off on the way up the hill.
How much did you torture that guy that he quit his profession?
Bro, when you shoot those fucking movies, they drive you crazy, so I gotta drive. If I know that they drive me crazy.
Oh, no, no, no.
I love
I know who you are.
I love torturing people, but he was torturing me, this guy. You know how you torture me? By doing the same scene 10 times and it's perfect after the third scene. Nothing bothers me more than that. I'll tolerate it for a little while and I'll fucking play it. And nothing bothers me more when somebody asks you if you could do something and you say no, and then they ask you again. Nothing bothers me more than that. Nothing. And people like doing that in the movie business. You know what I'm saying? In the longest yard, there's a scene where we all jump in the water. You ever see the movie? Where we all jump in the fucking pond.
The mud, right?
In the mud. When we got to that morning, bro, there was smoke coming out of our fucking breath. And Nelly was like, I gotta sing this weekend, bitch. I got 3 motherfucking shows and I get paid. I ain't fucking jumping in there. You know what, man? We fucking jumped in. What the fuck? We got them to jump in. They asked us, do you want stuntmen? No, nobody uses stuntmen. And it was tremendous. We only had to do it. We did it in one take. One fucking thing we did. I like that shit. I know. That's it. We got it. You do these movies that are 100 a day. The director thinks he's fucking Fellini. You follow me? When you work with it, it's like we were talking about fighters the other day. You never hear about UFC fighters getting into brawls in the street. It's like they call George 1,000 things. George is so secure in what he can do that he won't even say nothing back to me. I think I'm going to and they'll walk away. I can say shit about his family, but George will just walk away, because they're a fucking professional. But when you work with a high-level director, they're cool. Like I get that the Spider-Man 2 dude. How many times do you think we shot that Spider-Man scene? Maybe once or twice. Move on. He had that B camera, A camera, D camera. I got it. It's somewhere in here. We got it. Let's move on. But when you shoot with a less experienced director, for him to show you his balls, that's what they do to you, George. They fuck with you a little bit because they're not that guy. They're not Spielberg. They're not that fucking guy. Trust me, dog. I've done 20 of those fucking movies, and about 10 of them I gotta pull the director aside and go, oh, don't even think about it. Don't even think about asking you an ass that. And you have to do that. If not, it's like anything else in your life. They'll just keep snowballing you.
Well, it's not always true, but how many times did you have a new teacher, like a teacher who had just come out of college and they were a hard ass, and then you had the teacher who'd been there for 30 years and they were cool as shit?
Yeah, same fucking instance. Yeah, and the guy that was a hard ass is getting shit thrown at him. Right. He's getting fucked up. Bro, I went to a school called McKinley. Listen, in my jurisdiction in Alberta, there was probably 9. Kennedy, McKinley, Franklin, Lincoln, Robert Fulton, Horace Mann. There was 6 grammar schools. Everybody knew Lincoln. If you were on the 3rd floor, you were damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? Something was wrong with you. There was no medication in those days. They just put you on the 3rd floor. They took their chances.
I'm sure you were really nice to the 3rd floor.
No, I didn't go to Lincoln. They put them on the 3rd floor, and they hope they jump out a window. You know what I'm saying? That's what they put them on the 3rd floor. They left the windows open. Those kids are be look around. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? They were all fucked up. They would go to basketball games and change. That's how fucked up Lincoln was, though.
They would not go and change.
They would. They were fucking savages when I was in the 8th and 7th grade. But when I went to McKinley, that was fucking. We were a little bit more not retarded, but we were a little just on top of that. They still had the pilot program. The pilot program was designed for Cuban kids who came over on the boat and they just couldn't bust out of the 7th grade. But if you were driving to the 7th grade, you signed up and they put you in the pilot program. I swear to God, George, I swear to God,
fucking interesting.
George, I swear to God, you're in the 7th grade with the same motherfucker. He was in the 7th grade 2 years ago. All of a sudden, you're in the 7th grade with him. You're like, what happened? Because in those days, you come from Cuba in the 2nd grade and you picked up the English. But by the time the 7th grade came, it just fucking confused you. It was too high. Bro, I'm not making this shit up.
No, I was in special classes.
They had the pilot program.
Elementary and stuff.
Yeah, they had the pilot program. So the pilot program, the rule was if you had sideburns or if you drove your family to the school, because if you were 17 in Spanish in those days, you already had a kid. You had a part-time job on la maqueta, cutting meat and shit. Those kids were grabbing me. When I was in the 8th grade, I went to school with a Cuban kid named Juan Ali, and he had already 2 chicks pregnant. He had 2 babies in the 8th grade, and he was working for his father at a gas station.
What grade was he supposed to be in?
Like, he was supposed to be like 28. He had hair and fucking, he drove a truck for his family. But he was in the 8th grade. Juan Ali disappeared. There was one particular kid. His name was Luis Aldivar. And Russo, he was like one of those Russian-looking Cubans. They called him Russo.
Yeah, Russo.
And they had
Tall white dude.
Yeah, they had like the Ali brothers. Juan Alberto Ali. Juan was solid, but Alberto was a little bit retarded. They were like 13 and 12. They would go to these prostitution houses in New York with their uncle, Cuban dude. And whenever Juan would say, you ever see those comedy teams on TV? Hey, George, what are you doing? Boss, I didn't know what was going on. It was the same relationship with his brother. We'd be in the 7th grade, and they'd show up, and they'd go, what'd you do this week? I went to the movies. What'd you do? I went to the circus. What'd you do? Well, me and my brother went to this fucking house over in the Bronx. They suck your dick for $10. They wash your dick in a bucket. And he would just look at the retarded brother. He'd go, see. That's all he would say. See. They were taking this retarded kid into the city to get his dick sucked. Juan Ali. The worst thing was.
Good for him. Why not?
Juan and Alberto Ali. Juan was the sharp one. Alberto was a little fucking retarded. He just followed the brother. He was like that brother.
Did they charge more for him or?
And giggled. No, he didn't have the Chinese eye. He wasn't retarded looking. He was just 2 steps ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he barely, if he didn't follow his brother, he'd forget what school was. He was one of those guys. But he would fucking get lost. So we lived right next to Duratest. Not me. I hung out in that neighborhood. But Duratest was where they made light bulbs. So every day after school, we jump in a garbage can and have Duratest. And we take the long light bulbs out and the short ones, and we beat each other up. George, you go home all white powder. So I got on the roof one day, took like a bucket of light bulbs. Then I got a roof one day, and I just started throwing light bulbs off the roof. And there was a rock on the floor, and I just threw it up. Not even thinking, I hear, and I look over, it's Alberto, the retarded one. He's on the floor, and he's like, yo, man. I hit him in the head. He had a lump, but I had it busted open. It was just like one of those contusions that keeps growing, and you can see the pus at the end. We had to pick him up off the floor, and the shit was tremendous.
Just want to make sure he was like that before you hit him with the light bulb, right?
Oh, yeah, he was missing a couple fucking.
All right,
but I think he was in the pilot program. Louis Zaldivar was in the pilot program. Orlando Salcedo, another Cuban kid that dropped the whole class. He was just doing this one. He was just sitting in the back and go, wow. That's it. Every 10 minutes, wow. The teacher would lift the head up and go, who's ever making the heavy breathing? Please knock it off. All these dudes got left back like 8 times. And when they were in the 7th grade, pilot program gone up to high school. And then they lasted a year because it was all they couldn't make deal with it. It's tough, man. They get weird. Turn the mic around.
They play like 2 seconds of fucking.
That thing 1, 2.
What's that song?
Those are the old days. You got me all sucked
It's
up.
like rock.
All those cats
Against the window, like, Bob Seger against the window. Jesus Christ.
I think it's called.
You got
Right?
turn
Is that the
and
right
crack
word?
it out.
It translates directly to my generation. Like all the descriptions of Ed Russo, I know he's between 5'3" and 6'2". He's a white guy. Light hair, light eyes, you know, like a Spanish dude, you know. So I know what type of character you are. You know,
He was real Cuban. And there was a teacher we had, Mr. Barone. Mr. Barone would raise his head up and go, Louis Zaldivar. And he was so Cuban when he kept fucking mad, like some motherfucker saying my name wrong. And before he got the pilot program, I saw with my own eyes, I was getting a peanut butter sandwich with a lunch lady, Mrs. Sabatino. And I turned around, and he was talking to the principal, Louis Zaldivar. And the principal told him to stop, to take him up to the office. I'll never forget this plain as day. And he grabbed Louis Zaldivar's arm. And this guy pulled his arm off, turned around, and just fucking decked the principal.
What is that
The principal
called?
didn't go down, but his hair was all fucked up. He was walking like he rung his bell. And the principal said, "You're out of here. You're thrown out of here." He went up to his office and locked the fucking door. I never saw Louis Zaldivar again until Facebook like 4 years ago. But that class, we had a teacher when I was in the 8th grade. That was the roughest school. Like, it wasn't rough as far as the characters. Like, there was a kid, Charlie Gizzy. And whenever a plane would go by, he would make believe he was shooting it down. He would get on the desk and go,
I like how you're the only one.
I went back. After he graduated the 8th grade, he went to college. No, he went to high school. He went to the Marine, and he came back to McKinley to shoot one of the teachers. That dog, we was a hardcore dude, dog. That you knew that something wasn't going to work out for. Yeah, we had people like Ray Canella who were solid. But one day we had this teacher, something happened. Bro, we were knocking out substitutes by the day. And I'm not talking about striking them or hitting them. Not at all. Nobody ever lifted a finger in those schools. We would torment them.
yeah, I was part of
We
that
used
group.
to, we used to go to ShopRite right behind my school and steal Hubba Bubba for lunch. We'd steal a 6-pack of Hubba Bubba. You get hit in the head with Hubba Bubba.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, we'd stick Hubba Bubba in our mouth and chew it. While you were on fucking on the blackboard adding figures, we'd all whip a piece of Hubba Bubba at your fucking head. One day a janitor was coming in with a ladder and we threw a Hubba Bubba at him and it hit him right in the face. It almost knocked him over. And he kept saying, "Somebody hit me with bubble gum." And one guy goes, "What flavor?" No, we used to torment the people that came into that classroom. The day we fucked them up the most was we were all in there one day, and the principal came in. He's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. He goes, I don't even know why I'm doing this. He goes, there's some guy here that wants to talk to you. It's, you sell chocolate for kids or whatever. He wants to talk to you. I'm gonna give him 10 minutes of your time. Please be courteous. We were animals in the 8th grade, dog. This guy came in. He's telling us about these diseases that hurt kids, and you have to sell this chocolate, and it costs $1 million to do the therapy and shit. And the problem with the kids is if they get the disease, they could only walk 3 feet per every 10 minutes on Sunday. And the guy goes, does anybody have any suggestions? They want to sell chocolate. And this dude, I'll never forget his name, is Richie Colombo. His haircut, he basically was a poor Italian kid, and his mother would just cut in between here and put water on his head. And by 9 o'clock, his hair would just pop up. Even the teacher asked him, well, what'd you comb your hair with a stick of dynamite? Because his hair, bro, was perfect down the middle. But to take away from the story, the teacher said, do you have any suggestions? And Richie Coleman goes, let me ask you a question. So what you're telling me is they take 3 steps every 20 minutes. Did you ever think of giving them roller skates? So that was the dude looked at his clothes, his briefcase, picked it up and walked right the fuck out of there. On the way out, he's like, I heard you people are fucking animals. We were animals at that age, bro. We went to Philadelphia. They made the mistake to take us to Philadelphia for the holidays for the Nutcracker Suite. We lasted 20 minutes. We took paper clips with rubber bands, and we started whipping them at the fucking players on the stage. And somebody got hit. That's it. Throw them again. No, dog. We had a good time in that class. Cuban kids, some crazy Italians, couple Jews.
You guys weren't allowed in field trips. Standard. Like, you got your class rule. Field trips wasn't an option for you guys.
No, we weren't good at field trips. Everywhere where we caused damage, which is a good thing.
What are you talking about?
It's the best thing. As a kid, it was part of the life. You want to do a flash, yeah.
We're gonna have a good time. We have those barbecues and shit. Hell yeah. What's the next 6 months? What's the next year? What do you want? El título. Campeonato Mundial. 155, 170. Where you want to be at?
170, 170 pounds.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And you're getting right. You're in there at a good time. And at a perfect opportunity. The world is in your fucking. You're like Tony Montana in 84.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, she's like, Mikey, it was 4:40 in the morning.
There's no more fucking around. You know what I'm saying? These are sharp decisions and shit. This is like a war now. You ever play that game as a kid, Battleship D4? This is what this became, Battleship. This is why you play Battleship as a kid.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Trevor, by your
I
song.
love what you did. I love what you've been doing.
Yo,
I've been a fan for a long fucking time, and it's great to see that it's all coming together. But it didn't come together overnight. You know what I'm saying? You earned everything, and now you're burping up a storm from that Thai food. I wouldn't eat that shit if they served it at the White House. I'd run the fuck out of there.
The Thai food in California never passed it up.
I know that something. I used to go to that place when I first moved here 20 years ago and get the pad thai shrimp at night. It was tolerable. I would take the peanuts out. I don't want peanuts in my fucking noodles.
Wow, that's the best part.
No, I like the sprouts.
Oh, I take that part of the
I like the
away.
sprouts, how they mix with the peanut, with the noodles.
I thought sprouts are trash.
Shrimp and shit. That place, that used to be my
They
neighbor.
got the old school Cuban mentality where you, like in a certain way, there's no change.
Oh,
I love that you're a UFC fighter and then you look your Thai food outside the office.
oh no, I can't tell him. He knows I'll puke in here. I'll fucking puke. I can't that shit ever. And then I'll have it on my nose for 4 days. That's what kills me about all that type of food that sticks in my fucking nose. You know, McDonald's is great. You ever go to McDonald's, bro? Get a Big Mac. It's fucking great. You ever eat McDonald's on a plane? You ever smell McDonald's on a plane? It ain't too fucking good, my friend. It ain't too fucking good. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If this was my house, you could have brought it over. But in this office, to leave Thai food in here, you fucked me up. Anyway, it would fuck me up. I couldn't come in here for a week and it's Febreze this shit.
And it wouldn't even be tonight that you
I can smell it through the door right now.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
What do you smell?
Some type of food. I can smell it right now as we speak. I'm not insulting nobody or nobody's food. I'm just saying that there's a string of food I can't even fucking smell. I can't even be in the same room. One of them being one of the most favorable Cuban foods there is. You can't even be in the same room. I don't want to be in the same fucking thing. Fucking if I sit at your table, put the yuca on the other side of me, please, because you don't soak the shit out of it. All the way down there, all the way down there.
You told me broccoli, and I ordered broccoli next to you in Boston. You didn't say anything.
Because I couldn't fucking smell it.
Good thing you told me that.
Once I smell it, then I'm going to say something. Can you please move the fucking broccoli? I went to a concert one time at the LA Hollywood Bowl, whatever the fuck. The whole time I sat there with a headache. I didn't know what it was, bro. It smelled like fucking something. I looked down and checked out a box of fucking broccoli.
What?
I wanted to hit her in the head. Who goes to a concert and eats fucking broccoli? You know what I'm saying? Here's what I deal with. This is what I fucking deal with. This is my world, my friend.
See, that's how I can. If you want to torture that person, go ahead and do that. The person who brings broccoli to a concert.
Please, there's no listen.
Once you unsuspecting people.
Once you bring broccoli to a concert, there's no help for you. You passed the barrier reef. I can't fucking help you.
It's not funny.
I can't fucking help you. It's a point of no return. Expose 87. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what are you, crazy? Fucking broccoli to a concert. That's the world we live in today. And people mad at me right now.
Ranch, blue cheese, nothing.
Marijuana, that's all you bring to a concert. Marijuana, quaaludes, cocaine, acid, whatever you got, you bring to your mother's pain medication. You don't give a fuck.
You don't want any snacks?
No, I'll get snacks later after the fucking concert. Who takes me? You know, but they have these outdoor concerts, and that's what I was saying. It's like disco, and I went over to the Hollywood Bowl, and people put their blankets down and shit. This wasn't the cheap seats. This was like the good seats. My wife worked there. But it was, the lady had broccoli. I could not fucking believe it. I could not believe it.
That's Cali and Miami. They'll sneak in, you know, all types of stuff.
Oh, no, I don't mind food at the movies. A good fucking, oh, please, let's do Cuban sandwich at the movies. But you gotta be sitting with your homies. Because you can smell a Cuban sandwich, too.
See, I got fucked over at the movies a couple weeks ago. Some guy had nachos next to me. And I used to have a craving for those movie theater nachos. Not to sit next to it for 45 minutes. I know.
How bad did they smell?
Oh, they smell terrible.
I'll tell you what else I can't smell: popcorn. Popcorn drives me. My wife likes popcorn.
Do you mean popcorn or do you mean the butter or both?
I like popcorn with butter, a little bit of salt, and a lot of fucking
You got like Spider-Man senses in your nose.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
After I stopped drinking coke.
You put pepper on popcorn?
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't.
Parmesan cheese, little pepper.
Parmesan, okay. I'm like,
Parmesan garlic, Parmesan, little black
that's like the most
pepper.
tempting thing you do.
With a little fucking butter, you mix it in there fucking good. That's popcorn. Not that shit dry like I'm in a fucking prison camp with no water. I need no water. I gotta get up 8 times during the movie. Don't put butter on it. You better put fucking butter on that motherfucker. I'll put on yours. Like, no, put on the whole fucking thing. Because before I do it right, before the lady come here, you moron with the fucking me. You put a little bucket up there, you hit it with a little butter in the bottom. See, these fucking animals just put the popcorn on top, and then they hit in the middle. No.
Pearls of the
When
bag.
you make lasagna, you put shit on the bottom, don't you? Yeah, same thing. You put a little butter on the bottom, you dope up that bucket a little bit, get the bucket ready for what's coming in there.
Oh, you get the bucket, okay.
Then you hit the popcorn 3, 4, 5 inches. Again, a little bit of fucking butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of fucking pepper, a little bit of garlic parmesan, so you get in that bottom level. Okay, you want to do it right. Why is it gotta be a fucking animal? This was not taught to me. This was not a video that I watched. This was not on fucking one of these cooking shows. This is something I figured out from sticking my hand down there and looking for shit. And now you got 18 fucking napkins. And guess what? You gotta get up anyway to go wash your hands unless you're a fucking filthy animal. How you gonna watch that movie with sticky fucking hands the rest of the movie?
You gotta wash your hands.
Oh, I bring extra napkins, right?
3 napkins, yeah.
Yeah, but that 3 napkins, look at you. You wanna save trees. Get the fuck out of
3
here.
napkins, I'm bringing 18
So I got a
napkins.
fucking bucket. I put butter in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then I put popcorn on top of that. Then I hit it with the garlic parmesan, a little pepper, a dash of salt, and I hit it again with the 3, 4 more inches. Then I hit it with a little butter, a little salt again. Then I flip it with 2 more inches, and then but before you add those 2 inches, you you stick like a fucking straw in there, right from the can, and you mix it up good like un yaco. You know what I'm saying? You dog, I'm telling you, this is how you do fucking popcorn.
I remember going to the movies. And how long does that take?
I'm just picturing the order, him placing the order.
No, because you gotta stop and go, excuse me, man, can I talk to you for a second? You know, me and you were Americans. We're gonna do this the right way as Americans. This is how Americans do popcorn. Get an inch of butter in there. What do you say? Hit the bucket with no fucking butter in there. I don't want no popcorn. Put an inch of butter in there. Now put the popcorn in 3 inches. Now stop what you're doing. Give me the popcorn. Trick. Hit it with some butter, please. Boom. Before you do this, you put a 5 on the counter. I mean, I'm not a savage. You understand me?
Now we're talking.
You put a 5 on the counter.
See, but what are you going to do now? A lot of movie theaters, the butter is somewhere far away from the where they give you the popcorn.
Yeah. Do that? Well, then take a hike, bitch. I'm giving you a 5. You know what I'm saying? You get 10, 50 an hour. I'm throwing another fin on you. I'm a gentleman. I would tell her to do the special. Unless before I even say nothing, I put the fin down. I go, listen, we're going to do a little project here. Do you mind? Here's a little $5 bill. I do it all the fucking time now because I don't want shit the way they give it to me anymore.
You do popcorn at home?
No. My wife buys the bags and shit. She's like, we're having pop movie night. Now I gotta sit there and smell this fucking popcorn for 20 minutes. I gotta open up the back door. Damn, I hate all those smells, bro.
Tabasco sauce.
What?
That's not bad either. But not Tabasco sauce.
I don't put any butter on my popcorn.
No, I know you don't. Why would you do something like that?
Who eats butter?
I think it's dry like a
Sometimes like
kettle corn popcorn.
oh, that's delicious.
With hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's nice too.
Game changer.
I put some Parmesan cheese on that bitch too.
Like Parmesan cheese got no carbs. You can put a jar of that shit in your
Just because it doesn't have
popcorn.
carbs doesn't mean you have to eat it.
But that's flavor with a little bit of fucking pepper and a little bit of fucking butter. Come on, man. Why be a fuck? I'm the worst dud in the world. I ain't even knew that. You want to eat non-buttered popcorn?
Well, no, you're the one who always talks about tradition.
Yeah, there's no tradition in non-buttered popcorn unless you're a prisoner and watching a movie on movie night.
I could put a
The only people who don't eat butter on popcorn is convicts on fucking Friday night when you gotta watch PT 209 with no butter on your popcorn. After 3 kernels, you're like, I can't take this no more. I'd rather do an extra year than eat this fucking dry fucking popcorn. That's what I'm talking
Yeah, but
about.
what about Parmesan cheese? I
No
think that's
Parmesan cheese, but you still have the butter in there. Right? When you make the tortellini, fucko,
yeah,
you
that's
put butter in there. You also throw some Parmesan cheese in there and some black pepper. That's the flavor, Lee. You gotta dope up everything in this fucking world. You can't eat it like they give it to you. Now you end up like the rest of these mutts. You gotta take the time. It takes 2 minutes and a little bit of kindness to ask the girl at the movie theater, listen, can we do this a little fucking different? I'm gonna teach you some wisdom. 2 inches of butter, popcorn, pop. You go in there, you got no problems. You enjoying your movie. The Raisinets are on fucking, and they're in the, what do you call it, when the pitcher's in the back? Pitcher warming up. What is it? No.
the bullpen.
They're in the bullpen warming up. Right? Where you eat your popcorn, you get that buttery popcorn, you got some Raisinets, you got
All the chocolate covered ones.
a show with just raisins. What am I? That guy who came with fucking broccoli to the concert.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah, that's who shows up with raisins with no flavor in it. The same people who showed up to the concert with broccoli.
With broccoli, did they have a sauce for it, hot sauce, anything, or was it just raw
Listen,
broccoli?
these poor people leave them alone.
Just raw broccoli.
Raw broccoli and they ain't got one.
No, but they had red sauce. They had blue cheese.
Listen,
They had something.
the best liquor I had was poison to dip it in. That's the best bet. All right? It doesn't really matter if they have blue cheese or ranch. Who shows up with fucking broccoli?
It's crazy. It's insane that you showed up with broccoli, period. But I just want to see how much crazier they were. Because if you show up with a sauce, okay, maybe it doesn't really make sense, but whatever. But if you show up with no sauce, you're a complete savage. You're just eating broccoli like to survive. That's crazy.
You know, any of these people that would show up with broccoli probably they're on a fucking certain diet to impress their friends. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what they, they're on something, just broccoli. That's crazy. Long time for that manager. You know, if you're gonna get down. You're gonna concert smoke dope and eat cheeseburgers, whatever the fuck they give you. I don't know what they do. Fat food at concert time. I don't fucking know. I never went to a concert to eat. I was all met up doing drugs. I got no time to eat at a fucking concert anyway. I want to eat at a fucking concert and jump up and down and get nachos on my shirt.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if they had like vegetables for sale at the Hollywood Bowl. She brought them from home.
She brought them in one of those Ralph's containers.
Oh no.
the ones that have everything in it, but sometimes you can just buy the broccoli. She just bought the broccoli.
I've seen
You've seen it, and it's fucking huge.
Oh my god.
So she opened the tub, and I'm like, what's that fucking odor?
I've seen periscopes of girls doing that on planes. Like with like vegetables, they bring snacks for planes.
You have no idea how bad food. If you really, everybody walks around making believe they really fucking care. They make believe they really care. I care about that. No, you don't, because you wouldn't do certain shit. If you've ever snapped McDonald's on a plane, you never show. You know what? Do me a favor, bro. Unless they sell that food on a plane that don't stink, don't bring your own fucking food. When I fly out of Miami, I make 20 Cuban sandwiches. I tell them not to cook them. I put them in my overnight compartment. Nobody even knows. Like a doctor, right next to my sleep vacuum machine. A bag of fucking Cuban sandwiches. Now, if I was to cook them and put them on the plane, they'd have to make a detour in Detroit because the plane would stink like fucking garlic. So I would never do that. I would never do something like that on a fucking plane where people don't give a fuck. They bring those nasty sandwiches on a plane and shit. McDonald's smells terrible on a plane.
Curry smells terrible. Like I love curry.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Like strong curry.
Let's tell you something. If I'm on a plane, I eat a couple edibles. And you sit next to me with curry. It's a problem. I'm gonna bring the buzz and make up lies and everything. Because I heard you on the phone talking about fucking your cousin Khabib, your feet at the airport. I will. Oh, you sit next to me with hummus. Or that shit, I will dial 911.
They sell hummus on the plane now.
I will be fucking Henry Hill. I will dial you the fuck out and tell them I just heard. I smell cigarettes on you. I smell fucking what's that shit? Not pedophile juice, uranium. I smell uranium on you. I'll make up stories. You sure anymore? I got no time for it. You get on a plane in my area with hummus. I'm gonna report you to the authorities. You understand?
You're gonna find the air marshal.
They give me a Virgin gives you hummus.
Yeah, is it American? I think.
I don't think American ever gave me hummus. I know Virgin gives me fucking hummus.
What do you do?
I just don't even open it. I tell her to take it off my plate, please. Because they give you a menu on Virgin. It'll say hummus. I tell her to say, forget the chips and the hummus. I don't want them. No, I don't want them. And I suggest you don't have it. I look at the lady next to me. I suggest you don't have me because I'm going to puke. I can't take it. You eat hummus, I'm going to puke after 6 fucking minutes. And I just had a big breakfast. They don't eat the fucking hummus. I tell people right next to me, right there, I don't give a fuck. You're not eating that shit. Don't even fucking think about it. Man,
I love it.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
I don't like these motherfuckers that walk around with half cup of coffee. Either drink your fucking coffee and finish it. Let's go. I don't like these motherfuckers that get on a plane with a half cup of coffee and they fall asleep. And I'm just staring at the cup the whole time. It's just amazing. After you fall asleep next to me, I throw the coffee cup out. Come here for a second, take that coffee. I was touching the fingerprints. I hate that coffee. Get that shit away from me altogether.
Yo, what up, Jesse James?
Yes. Yes. Coffee. I think I fucking ate coffee. I spilled it on me. I had like a 3 hour
Jesse
delay.
James, I started a Wall Street Baby Twitter space 24/7. Please feel free to join if you want. It's on Twitter Spaces if you're familiar.
I hate coffee like that. I get my coffee and drink it.
It is.
Thank you for teaching my family how to make you coffee.
Absolutely. I just plan on doing this for as long as it takes. If I get rugged, I'll start another one. But actually, this space has been going for 25 hours already. Lucky, if you'd like, I've got a Twitter space going right now. The link is in the Telegram. Additionally, if you just put in WSB in the spaces search, you'll be able to find it. Feel free to join me there.
You're fucking flying, Jack. That's a cancer high right there. George Mazdaval, what are you fucking nuts or what? Look at you, rocking and rolling, looking good, looking healthy. God bless you, brother. You're on your way. This is it. You worked hard for this all your life. It's so weird when the decision is right in front of you now. It's all up to you now.
Yes, sir.
What am I, Marine Sergeant or something like that? Yes, sir. What do you think, Lisa? How are you doing, buddy? How's the Blue Apron diet? What's been going on over there?
It's good, and I actually, my dad's gonna try it. He's pretty excited about it. It's been going great. We just finished our last one. We did Paula made tacos the other night.
Tacos, what flavor are they?
They were just beef tacos, and they had a little radish salad on top. And then she made a little sweet potato mixture with fries and like a little bit of cheese. Actually, it was nice.
Very nice. Hey,
Yeah.
you miss your wife's cooking about 8 months of it.
Okay.
You can't wait to get home.
Can't wait to get home. Overall, the Latin food, I miss it very, very much. You know, being in Colorado, I eat a lot of good clean food like broccoli, carrots, steak, potato, things like that on a daily basis. Now, when I get back, I'm just gonna eat the usual diet.
How many times have you been to Colorado before this for training?
Like 3 other times.
What do you think of Colorado? Love your heart.
Love it, love it, love it. It's one of my favorite places in the country.
Do you feel different when how high up have you gone? What's the highest?
What up,
city
ZC, WSB?
you've been? Are you in Vail? You were in
I
Vail?
was in Vail skiing and Breckenridge. I did the highest peaks here in those mountains, so whatever it was, I don't remember the numbers, but it was pretty high, like 13.
What up, ZCWSB? It's like 5 in the morning here, and I haven't slept yet. But I'm just gonna keep this space going. Feel free to just post up here whenever you want. We're gonna get more people here. This was just an impromptu thing, but I'm gonna keep it going for days and days and days, just to get as much publicity about Wall Street Baby out there. So just want you to know what's up. Thank you.
You know, man, I'm thinking about it. It's always open, you know. I'm already comfortable. I was there for 15 years. I'm comfortable. I can be there. The winter don't kill me there. There ain't no fucking winter. There ain't no winter. So now that's rather than Aspen, I used to shovel snow out in the Snowman Village. I liked it. It's not that bad.
Welcome, Wheel Grimbo Dimbo. I just started this space. I actually started like 25 hours ago, just testing out to make sure Android could go for more than 24 hours. So it's been going for some time. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning here on the West Coast, so I gotta get some sleep. But I am gonna just have this space going. We're gonna have more people coming, but just know that if it goes down, I'm gonna continue it. I'm gonna get the word out about Wall Street Baby and see this thing God candle. So thank you for joining.
Ski and snow mask with a bikini on and have to do and land in a fucking pool. Well, who skis with a fucking bikini on? It's because the low humidity in the water, I guess.
I'd like to give you guys something to listen to. Perhaps I might run some podcasts. So just one moment, and we'll get some Joe Rogan going.
On the last podcast, that you were going to Denver a month early for a reason with your coaches. Do you think that had any effect? How do you think that paid off?
No, it definitely paid off. I went to Colorado Springs, which is higher than Denver. I was there for about 3 weeks, and then the last week of the fight, I went to Denver.
And what was your Cuban training consist of when you were in Colorado Springs? Was there any breathing techniques? Was there any breathing exercise?
I got the book dropping in 2 weeks.
You have the book drop?
I got the book dropping. If you get it online, it's cheaper, 10% off. Got the book dropping in 2 weeks. Barnes and Noble, Walmart.
What's the name of the book?
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay. No, you didn't know that.
I'm joking, man. The Cubans just believe train hard year round, and that's what we did. We didn't really do nothing different, I just went there for a month to get acclimated to the air. So, that's as far as I could have.
First podcast we're going to be watching is Joe Rogan interviewing Elon Musk. This is Joe Rogan Experience 1169.
4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Thank you. Thanks for doing this, man. Really appreciate it. You're welcome. Very good to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Thanks for not lighting this place on fire. You're welcome. That's coming later. How does one, just in the middle of doing all the things you do, create cars, rockets, all this stuff you're doing, constantly innovating, decide to just make a flamethrower? Or do you have time for that?
Well, the thing, we didn't put a lot of time into it. This was an off-the-cuff thing. And so it's sort of like, it's sort of a hobby company called the Boring Company, which started out as a joke. and we decided to get real and dig a tunnel through LA. And then other people asked us to dig tunnels. And so we said yes in a few cases. And then we have a merchandise section that only has one piece of merchandise at a time. We started off with a cat, and there was only one thing on it. It was just boringcompany.com/cat. Hat. That's it. And then we sold the hats, limited edition. They just said the Boring Company. And then I'm a big fan of Spaceballs, the movie. And in Spaceballs, yogurt goes through the merchandising section, and they have a flamethrower in the merchandising section of Spaceballs. And the kids love that one. That's the line. That pulls up the flamethrower. It's like, we should do a flamethrower. So
does anybody tell you no? Does anybody go, maybe for yourself, but selling a flamethrower, the liabilities, all the people you're selling this device to, what kind of unhinged people are going to be buying a flamethrower in the first place? Do we really want to connect ourselves to all these potential arsonists?
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Terrible. Shouldn't buy one. I said, don't buy this flamethrower. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's what I said. Still, people bought it. Yeah, there's nothing I could do to stay here. How many did you make? It's dangerous. It's wrong. Don't buy it. Still, people bought it. Thank goodness. Stop.
How many did you make?
20,000.
And they're all gone.
In 4 days. They sold out in 4 days.
Are you gonna do another run?
No.
No, that's it.
Yes. I said we would do 20. We did 50,000 hats. And that was $1 million. And we looked, okay, we'll sell something for $10 million. And that was 20,000 flamethrowers, $500 each. They went fast.
How do you have the time to do that, though? I mean, I understand that it's not a big deal in terms of all the other things you do, but how do you have time to do anything? I don't understand your time management skills.
I mean, I didn't spend much time on this flamethrower. I mean, to be totally frank, it's actually just a roofing board with an air rifle cover. It's not a real flamethrower.
Which is why it says not a flamethrower.
That's why we were very clear. This is not actually a flamethrower. And also we were told that various countries would ban shipping of it. They would ban flamethrowers. So we to solve this problem, all the customs agencies, we labeled it not a flamethrower.
Did it work? Is it effective?
I don't know. I think so. Yes.
So far.
Yes.
No, but you do.
That you cannot strip a flamethrower.
But you do so many different things. Forget about the flamethrower. Like, how do you do all that other shit? Like, how does one decide to fix LA traffic by drilling holes in the ground? And who do you even approach with that? Like, when you have this idea, who do you talk to about that?
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be successful. You know, it's like asserting that it's going to be successful. But so far, I've lived in LA for 16 years, and the traffic has always been terrible. And so I don't see any other ideas for improving the traffic. So in desperation, we're going to dig a tunnel, and maybe that tunnel will be successful, and maybe it won't.
I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm not trying to convince you it's going to work.
And are the people
or anyone?
But you are starting this, though. This is actually a project you're starting to implement, right?
Yeah, no, we've done about a mile. It's quite long. It takes a long time to walk this.
Yeah. Now, when you're doing this, what is the ultimate plan? The ultimate plan is to have these in major cities and anywhere there's mass congestion, and just try it out in LA first.
Yeah, it's in LA because I mostly live in LA. That's the reason. It's a terrible place to dig tunnels. This is one of the worst places to dig tunnels because mostly because of the paperwork. People think it's like, what about seismic? It's like, actually, tunnels are very safe in earthquakes.
Why is that?
Earthquakes are essentially a surface phenomenon. It's like like waves on the ocean. So if there's a storm, you want to be in a submarine. So being in a tunnel is like being in a submarine. Now the way the tunnel is constructed is it's constructed out of these interlocking segments, kind of like a snake, sort of like a snake exoskeleton with double seals. And so even when it's a shift along with the ground, like an underground snake, and it doesn't crack or break, it's extremely unlikely that both seals will be broken. And it's capable of taking 5 atmospheres of pressure. It's waterproof, methane-proof, or gas-proof of any kind, and meets all California seismic requirements.
So when you have this idea, who do you bring this to?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, when you're implementing it, so you're digging holes in the ground, but you have to bring it to someone that lets you do it.
Yeah, so there were some engineers from SpaceX who thought it would be cool to do this, and the guy who runs it like day to day is Steve Davis. He's a longtime SpaceX engineer. He's great. So Steve was like, I'd like to make this happen. So we started off with digging a hole in the ground. It's got like a permit for a pit, big pit. It's like a big pit.
And you have to tell them what the pit's for, or you just said, hey, we just want to dig a hole.
Nice spotless form.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was pitching our parking lot.
But do you have to give them some sort of blueprint for your ultimate idea? And do they have to approve it? Like, how does that work?
Now we just started off with a pit.
Okay.
Big pit. And there's not really, I don't really care about the existential nature of the pit. Just say, pit.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a hole in the ground. So then we got the permit for the pit. And we dug the pit, and we dug it in 3 days, 2-3 days. Actually, 48 hours, something like that. Because Eric Carr said he was coming by for the he was going to attend the Hyperloop competition, which is like a student competition we have for who would break the fastest pod in the Hyperloop. And the finals were going to be on Sunday afternoon, and we should take this pit and then like show Eric. So it was like Friday morning, and then so it was about a little over 40 hours later we dug the pit. It was like we're 24/7, no 24, 40 straight hours, something like that, and dug this big pit, and we're like showed Eric the pit. Like, obviously it's just a pit, but hey, it's hole in the ground is better than no hole in the ground.
And what do you tell them about this pit? I mean, you said this is the beginning of this idea.
Yes.
We're going to build tunnels under LA to help funnel traffic. And they're going and they just go, okay. We've joked around about this in the podcast before. Like, what if the person can go to the people that run the city and go, hey, I'm going to dig some holes in the ground, put some tunnels in there. And they go, oh, yeah, okay.
I know where the hole in the ground.
But it's
people dig holes in the ground all the time.
But my question is, like, I know how much time you must be spending on your Tesla factory. I know how much time you must be spending on SpaceX, and yet you still have time to dig holes under the ground in LA and come up with these ideas and then implement them. Like,
I got a million ideas.
I'm sure you do.
There's no shortage of that. Yeah.
I just don't know how you manage your time. I don't understand it. It doesn't even seem humanly possible.
I do basically. I think people that don't totally understand what I do with my time. They think like I'm a business guy or something like that. Like my Wikipedia page says business magnate.
What would you call yourself?
A business magnet. Can someone please change my Wikipedia page to magnet?
They'll change it right now.
It's probably already changed. It's locked, so somebody has to be able to unlock it and change it to magnet.
Someone will get
Once we
that.
have magnet. I do engineering and manufacturing and that kind of thing. It's like 80% more of my time.
Ideas and then the implementation of those ideas.
That's like hardcore engineering, like designing things,
Right.
Structural, mechanical, electrical, software, user interface, engineering, aerospace engineering.
But you must understand there's not a whole lot of human beings like you. You know that, right? So you're an oddity
Yes,
to chimps like me.
we're all chimps.
Yeah, we are.
We're one notch above a chimp.
Some of us are a little more confused. When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this motherfucker have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things?
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes,
I'm on record saying this in the past. I wonder
it's true.
if there was one. I was like, if there was like maybe an intelligent being that we created, like some AI creature that's superior to people, maybe we just hang around with us for a little while like you've been doing, and then fix a bunch of shit. Maybe that's the way.
I might have some mutation or something like that.
You might. Do you think you do?
Probably.
Do you wonder? Like, when you're around normal people, you're like, like, what's up with these boring dumb motherfuckers? Ever?
Not bad for a human, but I think we'll not be able to hold a candle to AI.
You scare the shit out of me when you talk about AI. Between you and Sam Harris, I didn't
sure.
even consider it until I had a podcast with Sam once.
That's great.
It made me shit my pants. Talking about AI, I realized, like, oh, well, this is the genie that once it's out of the bottle, you're never getting it back in.
That's true.
There was a video that you tweeted about one of those Boston Dynamic robots. And you're like, in the future, it'll be moving so fast you can't see it without a strobe light.
Yeah, probably do that right now.
And no one's really paying attention too much other than people like you or people that are really obsessed with technology. All these things are happening. These robots are... Did you see the one where PETA put out a statement that you shouldn't kick robots?
Well, you know why is
For retribution.
their memory's very good.
I bet it's really good.
It's really good.
I bet it is.
Yes,
And getting better every day.
it's really good.
Are you honestly, legitimately concerned about this? Is like AI one of your main worries in regards to the future?
Yes, it's less of a worry than it used to be, mostly due to taking more of a fatalistic attitude.
So you used to have more hope, and you gave up some of it, and now you don't.
Yes, I'm not. It's now. It's not necessarily bad. It's definitely going to be outside of human control.
Not necessarily bad, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily bad. It's just outside of human control. Now, the thing that's going to be tricky here is that it's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon. It's going to be very tempting. In fact, it will be used as a weapon. So the on-ramp to serious AI, the danger is going to be more humans using it against each other, right? Most likely.
How far do you think we are from something that can make its own mind up whether or not something's ethically or morally correct, or whether or not it wants to do something, or whether or not it wants to improve itself, or whether or not it wants to protect itself from people or from other AI? How far away are we from something that's really truly sentient?
Well, I mean, you can't that any group of people, like a company is essentially a cybernetic collective of people and machines. That's what a company is. And then there are different levels of complexity in the way these companies are formed. And then there are there's this sort of like a collective AI in the Google sort of search, where we're all sort of plugged in as like nodes on the network, like leaves on a big tree. And we're all feeding this network questions and answers. We're all collectively programming the AI. And Google plus all the humans that connect to it are one giant cybernetic collective. This is also true of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all these social networks. The giant cybernetic collectives.
Humans and electronics all interfacing and constantly connected.
Yes. Constantly.
One of the things that I've been thinking about a lot over the last few years is that one of the things that drives a lot of people crazy is how many people are obsessed with materialism and getting the latest, greatest thing. And I wonder how much of that is, well, a lot of it is most certainly fueling technology and innovation. It almost seems like it's built into us. It's like what we like and what we want, that we're fueling this thing that's constantly around us all the time. And it doesn't seem possible that people are going to pump the brakes. It doesn't seem possible at this stage. We're constantly expecting the newest cell phone, latest Tesla update, the newest MacBook Pro. Everything has to be newer and better. And that's going to lead to some incredible point. And it seems like it's built into us. It almost seems like it's an instinct that we're working towards this, that we like it. That our job, just like the ants build the anthill, our job is to somehow or another fuel this.
Well, that sounds like what I needed. I had
Yes.
on
We made this comment some years ago, but it feels like we are the biological bootloader for AI. Effectively, we are building it. And then we're building progressively greater intelligence. And the percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing. And eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. But the AI is informed, strangely, by the human limbic system. It is, in large part, our id writ large.
How so?
We mentioned all those things, the sort of primal drives. It's all things that we like, and hate, and fear. They're all there on the internet. They're a projection of our limbic system.
No, it makes sense. And thinking of it as thinking of corporations and just thinking of organism, it's a cyber. It's a combination. It's a combination of electronics and biology.
It's a measure like the success of these online systems is a function of,
Yo, dog.
of how much limbic resonance they're able to achieve.
The Church of What's Happening Now is presented by Zeal. This show is brought to you by Distilled. Distilled offers luxury-grade denim at an affordable price. Jeans that would normally cost you hundreds start at just $75 at distilled.com. Now that's DSTLD.com.
Greetings from Podcastville. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by Onyx. For all your supplemental needs, Onyx is there, whether it's Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, or Shroom Tech Immune. Now listen, I live off that fucking immune shit when I fly. You know, you don't want to get germs from people. You scratch your fucking ass, you sniff your finger, next thing you got the fucking flu. Anyway, go to fucking Onyx, take a look at all the supplements they have. I don't deal with the metal. I can't help you with the metal, nothing like that. But the elk sausage, all that type of stuff, delicious. The supplement. Go to Onyx.com and press in Church, CHURCH, and get 10% off delivered to your house. I know you start jiu-jitsu. I get emails every day. Thank you. But listen, you want a tough, dependable gear, you want to help me out? Go to FujiSports.com right now. Get the all-purpose light gear, $96. I'm going to give you 10% off. Or go full fucking blast with the Superito or the Sakai, SEKI, the 2.0. And I'm fucking around. You need shin guards, you need a mouthpiece, you need fucking portable kettlebells, like at their weightless kettlebells. You can travel with them. FujiSports.com is where to go. They got tips on dieting. They got everything. Go to FujiSports.com right now and press in church. You get 10% off. Your next one's delivered to your house. You're helping out the church. Take this fucking mule. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Monday, we have somebody in the studio that I can't even describe how excited I am. Mr. Henry Rollins, what's happening? Beautiful.
It's good to be here.
It's great to have you here. You know, I was telling Heidi, the brain supreme behind the scenes, that Winston Churchill once said, success is moving from area to area with great enthusiasm. And you are the fucking living embodiment of that. You don't get bored at anything. My number one question for you before we... How the fuck do you go from Berlin in '83, getting hit in the head with a fucking bottle, and being the nicest guy in the world, and everything about it? I get hit in the head with a bottle, first of all, I'm doing karate kicks on this. You ask them why they did this to you, and you had never done anything to them before, which is just a beautiful composure to have as a young man. It's a great shot, that guy. That guy is a great shot. And now, 12 years later, because this is what I go through, you're on a set. No, 11 years later, you're on a set. Opposite Buffalo Bill Buckingham, whatever the fuck that guy's name. He's from Buffalo, New York. I knew him all the yard. I used to torment him. And Robert De Niro, and you're sitting there in the trailer, and you're looking at De Niro going, 12 years ago, I was in Germany, and they had a fucking bottle. And today I'm drinking pomegranate juice. You know,
well, I come from the minimum wage working world of the late 1970s. I graduated high school in '79 and went right into the longer version of summer jobs, which I always had. But this was like 40 hours, 50 hours, for keeps. And I just figured the rest of my life was going to be jobs like this because I had no direction. I didn't want to be like a sailor, a spaceman, a banker. I just always worked these jobs that are hard on the feet. Live on top ramen noodles and live in an apartment with my roommate that smelled of our laundry because he was working too. And so I worked nights, he worked days. We kind of see each other passing by. And Black Flag was pals of mine. And they needed a singer, and they said, "Yeah, you're pretty crazy. You want to audition?" And I looked at I was 20.
Black Flag's out here.
Yeah, but they were on tour.
And you're living
in D.C., Washington. Yeah, they were on tour. I kind of knew them from like months before they came through D.C. And they said, you're pretty crazy. You want to audition? I'm like, this is my favorite band. I looked at my life like, well, there's probably a job like this tomorrow if I quit this one, $75 an hour. And so I auditioned, and they said, okay, you're in. And suddenly everything was different. I said, so what do I do? They go, you quit your job, you pack a bag, you give all your stuff away, and here's a tour itinerary, meet us as soon as you can. And within several days, I was on a Greyhound bus from D.C. to Detroit. I still have the bus ticket. I quit my job, given away all my stuff, gave my records to my best friend and said, hold on to these in case I ever come back here. I had no idea what was going to happen next. And within 2 weeks, I'm living in a punk rock squat here in Hollywood because we didn't have a place to stay. And so I kind of come from, I'll try anything because I'm not supposed to be in a movie or a TV show or on a stage. Anything. I'm supposed to be with an apron on, putting extra fries with your shape. And so I just say yes to stuff, and I'm 57. And to this day, it's all still kind of surprising to me. Like, hey, you want to be in this? I'm like, yeah. Just go do it. But I'm not ever telling you I'm an actor, I'm this, I'm that. I'm just like, I'm showing up and saying yes because it'll probably all end next week. You got to always figure. And that's kind of my story. Is like, yeah, I'll try that because I have nothing to lose. Nothing.
You are like, I first time I heard you was in Boulder. That's the way I look at my life. Yeah, I look at you. First time I heard of you was in Boulder. With music-wise, a friend of mine, a Snoopy girl, turned me on to Black Flag. She also turned me on to her first Biggie Smalls album, just to let you know the contrast, eclectic, in her fucking world. And, I'm like, this is punk rock, fucking. She's like, yeah, asshole, what do you think it is? Then the second gentleman that introduced me to was Mr. Doug Stanhope. When I was out here in 1997, he was going to watch you somewhere, something you were doing. And I go, well, he put you on, the thing. I think he had an album. I don't know what the fuck it was. And you said something that whatever you were talking about, something about music, the connection. You I'm not a tough guy, you know. I come across like a tough guy, but I'm a sweetheart, a pussycat, and I fear everything. And I can't live in the country. And what made the bridge for me complete, television opened up my eyes, but the bridge was the fucking music. You know, you made a statement that your records never picked on you. Your albums never made fun of you.
Yeah, the Semper Fi. Yeah, the record collection is Semper Fi. It never abandons you. Your friends, they come and go. Sometimes you have to sue them. Yeah, there's that. But your records, they always stand straight at attention, waiting for you to deploy. And they don't care if you play them over and over. If you take good care of them, they'll take good care of you. In fact, you can be kind of abusive to them. They'll still kind of hang in there. So
you said that, and it just destroyed my inside because I think that's one thing that has been taken away from the American child today. The ability to save $6 from their fucking paper route and walk 2 miles to an album store to buy the latest Central album.
Skip lunch, buy the record.
Lunch.
Yeah, I did that.
And you cannot wait to get home and put the album on without drugs. This is way better. No drugs. And just read the lyrics. And thank you to the Sheraton for providing us. You know, if you read the old Van Halen album, I'd always thank the Sheraton. That's been taken away from us. That's an experience that.
Yeah, it's one of the downsides of streaming and digital. I mean, for me, there's upsides to any advent in any technology that I deal with, which is audio for sure. So online music and streaming allows you to be curious and not have to buy the record. Like, I want to hear Charlie Parker. So you can go online and listen to some great sides of Charlie Parker. Like, that's like your favorite musician, and go get the record. Well, like, not for me, but you didn't spend $30 buying a record you can't use. And so I like that, but rarely does your internet curiosity lead to a purchase. And so I like it when you hear some young band you like, go buy the record. That band's in the van starving right now. Like, buy 2 copies. And when they come to town, go to the show. And that's how going to the record store was for me growing up. You buy the record, and you see a flyer, that band's coming to town. Of course you're going to go. And I did a lot of, well, it's going to be a 3-mile through the snow walk home. Or I can get the second Van Halen record, which was like, that was kind of how I got that record. It's like $5 in those days. It was 1888 when I bought that record. But like, you know, you look at your money, you're like, okay. And you just walk through the snow and you get home freezing with that record. And it was never not worth it. And the fact that you could destroy them pretty easily, if you don't take good care of them, you wreck them. And it gave me responsibility. The first thing I ever valued as a kid, like, I'm not going to screw this up with my records. Everything else, skateboards, bikes, I would wreck them because you play hard. But my records, especially with punk rock, when it's like $7 for the single because it's from England, and that was like a third of a day's pay to get that to hear 2 minutes of angry music. And I treated that thing like a big vase. And I've had some of these records about 40 years, and they kind of look like the day I got them because I valued that. And I think a lot of that goes away when you can have a streaming account, because music just becomes this thing that comes out of your phone, and it's not what Robert Plant wanted you to hear when he made that record. He didn't want you to hear an MP3 through your phone, through the headphones that came with your phone.
That's what I love about you, that you have respect for the artist.
Yeah,
that has been lost somewhere along the line. Like, I'm the same way, you know. Robert Plant did not want this album. I'm the same way.
It's an older idea. It's an older value set, basically. Or, you know, you and I would hike to the record store and you'd sit in there and get burned by the snarky guy behind the counter. Like, what's that record? Well, if you knew anything, like, dude, just sell me something good. I would get, like, harshed out by these record store guys. They eventually liked me because I would hang out so long and ask so many questions. They saw that I was a true record fanatic, and they were begrudgingly nice to me. But a lot of that is gone, and the mecca of the record store, where you walk in and there's always like those 3 guys with no lives hanging around by the counter, commenting on what everybody's buying. Like, well, you know, he was better in '76. Like, just and as an older guy, I don't do that at record stores, but I am one of those guys.
I am one of those guys.
I really have to bite my tongue.
Yeah, you got that record. You're like, why you getting that song? Yeah, everybody knows that he left the band. Yeah, exactly. He was having personal issues. And the guys look at you like, who gives a damn person? I'm telling you, now, man. I go to a conference.
Oh, it's a great story.